Minecraft Live.
Bienvenue à tous, c'est Aurélien Sama.
Ah, ça y est, t'es en live.
Non, non, j'ai cliqué sur le bouton, mais je sais pas, j'arrive pas à parler.
Oh, c'est gênant.
Oh, c'est gênant.
Allez, c'est parti.
Ok. On a
On est
2h30 devant nous, hein.
2h30, ça va.
Va falloir les alimenter, hein, moi je te le dis.
C'est beaucoup quand même.
Non, tu
Va
crois?
falloir. Ouais, c'est plutôt pas mal. Est-ce que les images sont assez nettes, genre des webcams?
Mais faut espérer.
Bon, bah
Attends,
écoute,
attends,
je
j'essaye de...
je te laisse te présenter, ton CV, ta
Ouais,
motivation.
la team, en fait, c'est Michou. Je sais pas. Je sais pas, mais je ne sais pas.
Comment on commence un live? On ne commence pas.
Ben non, on ne commence pas. Parce que là, bah, on n'a rien à faire, chef. En fait, j'aimerais bien qu'on... C'est quoi ce bruit?
Faut finir ta phrase.
Pourquoi ton ordi se met d'un seul coup à faire vrrrr comme ça?
J'en sais rien.
Mais frère,
Pourquoi on le voit au niveau du son,
mais oui,
c'est
il y
beaucoup?
avait... Bah frère, on entend grave ça.
Ah merde.
Bah on l'entendait pas
Normalement là
d'abord.
c'est bon. Ouais, bah parce qu'il devait pas avoir chaud là, il a chaud.
Mais t'as rien fait entre deux.
Laisse-le, il a chaud. Oh non, j'ai rien fait. J'enlève mes pages internet, on en est là.
On en est vraiment là, hein, c'est très très grave. Vraiment là, hein, c'est très très grave.
Là, c'est vénère ou pas?
De quoi c'est vénère très grave?
Le bruit. Ou ça va?
Bah c'est quand même... On l'entend quoi.
Là, il fait plus de bruit, hein.
Ah ouais.
Ah, mais attends. Ah, mais non, c'est pas l'ordi, c'est dehors. Il y a les travaux. C'est quand même mieux comme ça.
Ouais.
Non?
Si, si, c'est super.
Non, mais c'est les travaux, là, dit, mais c'est pas.
C'est
C'est pas
super,
l'ordi, l'ordi,
chef.
il est.
C'est
Il a le temps.
super.
Vas-y, lance-moi ta vidéo.
Attends, je regarde un truc. Mais qu'est-ce que c'est? Ah bah non, du coup. Pourquoi ça recoupe? Le
Vidéo
bruit que ça
React.
fait.
Mais à ce point-là? Oh là là, on peut plus rien dire, on peut plus
Mais
rien
non, mais
faire.
non, mais non, mais c'est juste que je l'entendais pas avant, je pense. C'est juste que je l'entendais pas avant. Et là, je sais pas, mes oreilles
Est-ce
vont
que le
décider de
retour
se
casque.
déboucher.
Est-ce que le retour casque avec sur le live est absolument insupportable?
Quoi?
Attends, il y a un truc que je peux faire qui peut être sympa. Je vais dire le son que tu as.
C'est retirer tes vêtements.
C'est que ça y est, bah, on peut plus. Les gens volent des idées quoi avant qu'elles viennent.
Ah, je sais.
Non, mais ce que je peux faire, c'est ça.
C'est maintenant qu'il sort un micro.
Non, c'est un plug anal.
Ça brille dans le noir.
Rien à voir.
Il y a nuance.
Attention, est-ce que t'es prêt? Hop les. C'est quoi, micro casque, sortie haut-parleur? Je vais mettre sortie haut-parleur.
Ça, c'est
Est-ce
l'entrée
que
qu'il faut
tu
que tu
m'entends?
changes.
Tu m'entends bien mieux là?
Non, pas du tout.
Ah merde.
Parce
Ah
que là, t'as
mince.
changé la sortie. C'est l'entrée qu'il faut que tu changes. Ce mec a fait des études de cinéma.
Mais attends, mais l'entrée, je dois pas la changer sur ton logiciel VO là?
Mais, bah non, pas du tout.
Ok,
On se parle sur Discord. C'est sur Discord qu'il faut que tu le changes.
ok.
Mon logiciel. On dirait vraiment, je t'ai fait télécharger un truc ouf. Ah, là, je crois que j'ai un changement. Ah non, ça marche pas là. Là, juste, y a plus de son, c'est assez gênant. Des fois, j'ai envie de te frapper à quel point tu connais rien, genre au niveau de des paramètres. C'est quoi une balance de blanc? Je décide de faire un long métrage. C'est quoi les ISO? Je fais un documentaire. On fait comment pour le micro? Je fais un podcast. Chef. C'est très très grave. Ouais, oui, on attend. Tout le monde attend. On attend que toi d'ailleurs. En plus, ma chaise elle grince. C'est aberrant. Ah, je te entends, mais là c'est ton micro tout pourri.
Entre les micros. Bah voilà.
Là, tu m'entends ou pas?
Oui.
Parfaitement. Là, c'est parfait.
Alors c'est parfait, mais c'est très bas.
Là, c'est très bas, là, quand je parle comme ça.
Mais en fait, tu le branches directement à ton ordi, c'est pour ça.
Oui, et donc?
Mais comment tu faisais pour quand on faisait les podcasts?
Bah, directement dans mon ordi.
Quoi? Mais non, tu utilisais le bon micro, espèce de golemon.
Bah, j'ai utilisé ce micro-là.
Ouais, mais tu le mettais à ta bouche, genre tu t'approchais pas comme ça.
Ah, bah, parce que je le mettais. Si, quand on faisait les podcasts, je les mettais comme ça, et j'étais comme ça en train de parler.
Mais ça va pas la tête.
Genre, attends, on est d'accord que là, tu m'entends pas très bien, et que là, tu m'entends bien mieux.
Bah oui, là je t'entends bien mieux.
Ok, donc c'est bon, c'est qu'il fonctionne. Ok. Et ben, on peut
Oui.
faire. Vas-y, c'est ta vidéo là, c'est bon. Comme ça, t'auras pas le bruit de fond. Dis-moi que tout est parfait là. C'est bon, j'ai tout
Il
réglé.
y a un tout petit bruit de fond, mais il est à côté de ce qu'il y avait avant, c'est ridicule.
Ok, ouais, bah alors. Vas-y,
Voilà,
let's go.
alors,
Allez. Je vais mettre let's go.
Non mais remets ton ancien micro, ce sera encore mieux, je suis désolé.
Ah oui?
Mais je sais pas, genre là tu sais, vu que ton point de captation audio il est bas, et bah genre on t'entend pas beaucoup.
Bah, faudrait que je parle énormément. Faudrait que je parle très fort en fait, c'est ça?
Bah ouais, c'est ça le problème. Non mais remets ton ancien micro, ça rajouterait un peu de charme. Ah ouais, le charme en l'occurrence, un Boeing 737. C'est vraiment...
C'est toi de réel, hein. Allez, on y va.
Allez, on y va. Bon, allez, on va réagir à une vidéo, à un film. La vidéo 1000 Players Simulate Civilization Rich and Poor. Toi, tu serais dans quelle civilization? Je me doute bien de la réponse.
Pile in the middle.
In the middle of the
J'ai
middle.
next.
Ouais, vas-y. Ah, il a intérêt à être intéressante la vidéo. Tout le monde l'a bien vendu. Je te jure, s'il y a rien à réagir et que ça dure 2h30, je me fous en l'air. On va rejouer à Minecraft juste
Ouais,
après. Moi,
ça va être très long sinon.
c'est
Ça va être très long.
T'as de quoi t'hydrater, c'est bon?
C'est bon. On y va.
Une bonne goudale.
In the biggest social experiment in Minecraft history, I scattered 1,000 people across 2 massive islands to simulate a realistic civilization. The players were given no help
On fait
or
comme si on l'avait
guidance,
jamais
and
vu
just
cet
like in
extrait.
real life, if you die, you remain dead forever.
Pour tous les tests audio. Oh my god.
Now, each player has the
Oh.
freedom to do
Ouais.
whatever they want. Farm for food, become a
Pourquoi tu trouves déjà
dictator,
1000
and
personnes?
build a society.
Mec,
At least as best as they can.
j'en sais rien.
One island is
Non, mais je suis désolé, j'ai pas mis de
paradise.
pote.
Je joue en Minecraft en mode c'est un youtubeur sur les Discord, ça va vite. Hein.
Is a barren wasteland. It's up to each
Et il est
player to
disponible en
work
français
with what
ou-
they've got. Will there be
comprends pas,
peace
moi.
between the islands or will there be war? What ended up happening is the single most amazing
Je
story
pense au
arc I've
monteur qui a
ever
dû se
seen.
faire
All I
chier
will say
là,
is
avec
pick
des
a nation to
milliards de
root
rushs.
for and enjoy the video.
Ouais,
I
je-
present to you the rich and
Il a
poor
bien dû
1,000
morfler.
player civilization experiment.
Ouais, 2h40. C'est un film.
Ouais, ouais, non, c'est ça. Created by
Don't forget, if you want to participate in these videos, join my Discord server, and of course, subscribe to
Tu
my
vois
channel.
Discord
Ouais.
server.
Alright, we got
That's-
1,000. Good luck, everyone.
Comment ça rame?
Comment ça doit ramer de mal.
It was the beginning of day one, and all 1,000 players began to explore their new homes.
What is this place?
C'est belle la vidéo là.
Ah bon?
Non, non. Il y avait quelques bouts de rame, mais t'inquiète.
Ah ouais, des bouts de rame, des bouts de chou.
Before the first day, I had made everyone
C'est
choose randomly between Island 1 and Island 2. And I didn't tell them that one of the
C'est grave allé
islands,
sur
the
la
first
deuxième, en
one,
plus.
would be a barren wasteland.
Putain, c'est
Hey,
la
you
vie
guys
d'Eric.
have a good time?
No. Not at all.
Fallait se- fallait se
Tell
le
me
dire.
where the trees are, bro. I cannot find anything.
It didn't take long for the people who chose Island 1 to
générer la
realize
map,
they
frère,
had made a
c'est énorme.
massive mistake.
Mais pas tant que ça, doit être ridicule. Si t'as que un truc
Players
de terre.
realized that building civilizations on Island 1 would be particularly challenging. And not only because it was empty, but because some parts of it were completely uninhabitable, like the snow biome.
Oh no! No, no, no!
And right next door, a massive volcano that could erupt at
Il est
any
comme ça, chef.
moment.
I'm not going down there.
On aurait dit Malou.
This volcano also happens to heat up
Il va le
all
prendre quand il
the
est
water
tombé.
on the island.
Okay.
This killed a lot of people.
Ah, carrément, l'eau, elle le tue.
Now, to begin building civilizations, the players needed
Alors
to
que les autres,
find
c'est
a
vraiment du
tree.
Please tell me where the trees are, bro.
Wood is an essential material, and without it, you really can't do anything. Now, luckily for Island 1, there was one tree on the island, and it was pretty big too.
Ah ouais.
But, of course, it was
What have you taken
completely
down?
surrounded
Ouais, non, mais
by
après,
boiling water.
You've got to be kidding me.
Meanwhile, let's go over to Island 2.
Ah, les riches. Carrément aussi.
Ah oui.
Hey
Là, ça
guys!
va mieux déjà.
Ouais, ils ont déjà des bateaux et tout.
Life on Island 2 was beautiful. The terrain was
Oh, c'est
green,
insupportable,
the
l'air,
trees were
touche
plentiful,
notre
and
peau
the
et tout, ça
water
me
was
stifle.
normal temperature.
Non, je ne peux pas.
Solid water? It's from the ocean. Are you trying to make me
Comme
drink
déjà
ocean
dit.
water?
No.
The people on Island 2 immediately realized they had chosen the island of safety and wealth. You are literally a piece of gold.
Yeah.
The only real danger on Island 2 was the possibility of falling down from a tree as you're collecting wood. But some people found a way
Ah,
to
c'est
even
dur,
work
là.
around that. So you're planning to build a bakery.
Yes, I am.
And you're forcing your employees to go up and get
Des
home.
maisons roses.
No.
She forcing you to work up here.
Des maisons roses piquants, quoi.
No, it's double carrots, triple carrots.
I don't want
say
carrots.
anything.
I want fair working conditions.
Also, because of the vast amounts of
Ah oui,
trees,
j'imagine qu'ils
people
sont
were
tous en
very
hardcore.
quickly able to craft tools
Ouais,
that
c'est ça,
allowed
c'est des
them to
killers, ils sont-
mine
ils sont tout le temps
underground.
Ah, ouais, même pour la
Seth, you doing
régénération,
okay?
c'est vrai.
Yeah, I mean, this island's great.
So many diamonds already.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah.
Bah, je trouve que tu peux te régénérer en
Overall, the people of
hardcore. mais-
Island 2
Ouais,
were
mais c'est que avec
thrilled
des-
with their new
des
home,
gâteaux et tout ça.
thrilled with their wealth, and they were very optimistic
Ah bon
about their future.
Bah, quand t'es en hardcore, la seule moyen de récupérer des points de vie, tu sais, c'est avec les carottes, quoique carottes d'or, je sais plus, c'est potions de régénération
Patrick de la bouffe.
et les pommes d'or. Bah, j'ai pas le souvenir que.
Non, mais tu dois avoir raison.
Bah, après, ça se trouve, je me trompe, mais c'est juste que, tu sais, j'ai le souvenir de. Bah, après, je sais pas si t'as connu, tu sais, les kills de Patrick. Je vais te casser. Ouais, tu sais, à l'époque, où il y avait des mini-jeux de la Team Patrick sur Minecraft, que je te parle de l'époque où on était jeunes. Et genre, c'était que en hardcore, et à chaque fois pour régénérer de la vie, c'était que comme ça. Mais c'est parce que c'était le. Qu'est-ce que tu fais, chef?
Ça te dérange pas, je lève mon pantalon.
C'est quoi le bruit de ton pantalon là? Ton pantalon en plastique.
Pardon, je sortais une petite Madeleine, pardon, pour les interférences.
Ah, ok, c'était la Madeleine.
J'ai pas regardé Kiss de Patrick. J'ai regardé surtout. Stéphano, mec, Stéphano.
Tu regardais vraiment Sifano?
Ben non, en fait, je regardais pas tellement en général, c'était surtout les Fallen Kingdom.
Ouais, ok.
Ça, je trouvais ça sympa. Après, j'ai
Ça,
pas regardé
c'est-
tant de choses.
Ouais, toi, tu regardais plutôt
Autre chose que ça.
Dokkan. Je sais pas quoi là.
Bah non, j'ai su que j'ai YouTube assez tard en vrai.
Ah bon?
Donc ouais, bah déjà 6ème, 5ème, je regardais pas trop YouTube, même 4ème. Hein.
T'es pas un enfant de YouTube en fait.
Non,
Et bah, je te déteste.
non, non. J'étais tout le temps sur PH.
By the end of the first day, players on Island 1 had finally reached the big tree. You realize how high up you are?
Oh yeah, no, we're not scared.
No?
No pain, no gain.
Island 1 was still pretty far from having full-fledged civilizations, but there were communities starting to form. For example, this player named Remy the Rat made a small restaurant to feed those who were starving. Remy the Rat, what are you serving them here? It's very popular. Bread?
to
and you
do,
could
you
not.
know?
What the frick? Why? Wait, is this
Comme
a
par
bread
hasard,
line?
c'est le mec de Ratatouille.
I also
Mais
got
c'est
word
Rémi.
that there was a
C'est
small
censé
group of
scripter.
people who had chosen to settle in a weird location.
People at the volcano?
What type of people would choose to live on a volcano? Hey
Trop
guys.
stylé.
Hello!
What the f-
Hey, how's it going, Ish? Welcome to the Mafia!
This was Lingolini, and he had recruited about 20 people to join his Italian mafia. His goals were very simple: make friends and get rich.
Hold on, Ish, can we tell you a little secret? We found some netherite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, don't tell anyone though. We're trying to keep it between us.
We'll check back in with these guys later, but in the meantime, on Island 2,
Mais je suis désolé, à quel moment, genre, tu te dis, genre, c'est du 500 contre 500, tu vas faire une mafia.
Mais ça fédère au début.
Ça fédère, à partir du moment où t'as rien à part un gros arbre, je suis désolé, mais ça fédère suffisamment. Enfin, je sais pas.
C'est scripté, c'est scripté.
there were
non, je parle
actual
après.
huge civilizations starting to form.
I don't care about power. I don't care about government. I just want to make a nice place for my people to live.
This player named Call Me Cass was the leader of about 50 people in a nation she named the Cass Coalition. And a coalition it was of very different types of people,
Je préchote.
including pirates, bankers.
La nation pauvre va attaquer la nation riche.
Non.
Ah si, complètement. Manque de ressources, l'envie de plus de territoire, ils vont attaquer. La mafia va devenir un empire fascisme.
Non, je pense que justement, c'est les riches qui vont devenir des fascistes. J'ai pas d'argument, mais voilà.
C'est possible aussi. Mais pour le moment, ils n'ont pas été face à une difficulté. Donc il n'y a aucune raison qu'ils le soient.
Bah, moi je pense que genre, ça va faire genre les
Sauf
riches.
s'il y a un mec.
Ils vont.
Pardon, vas-y, vas-y.
Ils vont tous être genre, comment dire, bien riches, mais genre t'en as, ils vont pas y arriver. Et genre, ils vont vouloir grind et prendre la place des autres. Ah bah les riches, c'est logique, voyons. Oui, Zoé, je suis d'accord. Ah bah les riches. Ah,
Mais
mort,
pas
c'est-
du tout, Zoé. Mais concentre-toi, Zoé.
Non, 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 c'est n'importe quoi.
Avec les pauvres, non, non, non.
Non, mais c'est trop important. Genre, justement, les riches veulent trop. Tu sais, ils savent pas s'arrêter. C'est comme les PDG qui sont milliardaires, ils sont en mode non, on va recapitaliser sur un truc. Genre, ça y est, frère, arrête-toi. Alors qu'un pauvre, il sait ce qu'il veut. Il a des notions de logique, tu vois. Le riche, il sait pas, il est pas logique.
Bah, il leur faut un leader. S'il y a un leader qui émerge là, en mode qui réunit plein de gens et qui dit vas-y, on y va. Ok, mais moi je pense pour le moment c'est plus les pauvres qui sont susceptibles d'attaquer.
C'est tellement de droite.
Canadian cartels, bakery owners, and their employees.
Want fair working conditions.
How much even being paid to work up here?
Paid? People are getting paid?
Now, later in the day, Island 2
Sache que Zoé a dit que t'avais raison. Je me dissocie de ces paroles.
would face its first conflict.
Ah, conflit.
Hey, you guys can't be destroying the beach.
Who are you?
A group of about
Non
20
mais frère,
people
c'est
were
tellement scripté, je suis désolé. Ils font,
De
des
quoi
scènes ils font des scènes de ménage dans mes thémas.
Can't be destroying the beach.
Who are you?
Je suis désolé.
Oh non.
Je suis désolé, genre, moi tu me dis t'as pas le droit de faire ça, c'est je sors mon épée, je te flingue. C'est, tu vois, y a pas de
C'est pour
discussion.
combler. C'est pour combler.
Oui, bah, comblé, hein.
A group of about 20 people were extracting sand from the shore right next to the Cass Coalition. Cass was obviously not happy about
ils ont une
this,
coalition.
but these people didn't
Ouais,
care
mais de
because
pas tout le
they
monde.
were from a much bigger nation called the
Ok.
Commonwealth.
Ah, oh.
J'ai eu peur, il a dit quoi là?
Five nations.
Le truc
Quoi?
Il a dit The quoi Coalition?
The Cass Coalition, parce que t'as elle, Call Me Cass, elle a
About
fait la
this, but
Cass
these
Oui,
Coalition.
people
oui, oui.
didn't care
Et
because
celle
they
d'après,
were
attends,
from a
laisse.
much bigger
C'est le
nation
Commonwealth.
called the Commonwealth.
Ok, j'ai entendu autre chose. Hein.
Je pense que je peux pas le dire, donc je peux pas forcer. Je peux pas forcer.
We're actually five nations
Commonwealth.
combined into one, so we have strength in numbers.
The Commonwealth was a massive civilization that was formed on day one when 5 distinct groups were close enough to each other that they just decided to come together and unify under one nation. As a result, the Commonwealth had a government with
Ça marche,
5
ça
leaders
fait.
at the top and over 150
Ah, tu vois, il y a
citizens.
5 leaders. Tu vois, c'est ce
Et
que je
du
t'ai dit.
coup,
Il y a 5 leaders, ils vont tous être en
ils
haut.
vont
Il y
se
en a un
entre eux.
qui va. Voilà, ils vont s'entretuer.
En fait, avant de tuer l'autre, ils vont se tuer entre eux.
Ouais, et à la fin, les
Allez,
pauvres
c'est bon,
vont
tu
prendre
peux
le
avancer à
dessus.
1 heure au tag.
On va aller chapitre 12. Allez, c'est bon. Comme ça, Day 9, il y a que 10 jours.
On se spoil.
Turning
On
this
se
mountain
spoil.
into our
Oh non,
city
spoilé.
currently.
Okay. The Commonwealth leaders were very ambitious and wanted to make the Commonwealth the most beautiful, the most respected, the most powerful nation on Island 2, even if it came at the expense of others. Overall, by the end of the day, Island 2 was much further ahead than Island 1, as expected. But let's see what happens in the following days.
Mais comment tu meurs premier jour? Bref.
As players logged
C'est
back in
non,
the
ce
next
qui est
day,
drôle, c'est qu'il y en a 4
nobody
dans les
was
riches qui sont
expecting.
morts quand même.
Ouais, c'est ça, genre ils ont tout et ils ont commencé à
At the
mourir.
beginning of day
Tu sais, ça doit être juste 4 gars comme nous, ils se sont rejoints juste pour se taper au point, tu sais, ils en ont rien à faire de l'expérience.
2
Ils sont
would end
pour
up
se
happening
mettre
one of
des
the most consequential moments of the entire event. Revy the Rats was running his restaurant when he received a visit from a player named Spoon.
Does anyone... Knight, I need food, I'm dying.
Yo, Spood.
Well, yeah.
I do have food. You're private, but
Oh, I
don't
need food.
worry.
Oh, God, I'm too kind. I care about everyone else before myself. It's such a problem.
Now this player, Spood, was a rising leader on Island 1. He was known for always giving away his own food. But some people started to suspect that Spood's supposed generosity was merely a method to gain popularity, to further his political ambitions. That is, until...
Oh!
Oh my god.
Who is that traitor? You shall assassinate Spoon!
Pourquoi il avait un accent russe? Vous êtes traitor.
Spood had survived an assassination attempt, which brought him exactly the attention he needed to cement himself as a legend on Island 1. People were drawn to him, and
C'est pas du tout scripté, non? C'est
Pas du tout.
c'est legit, on est d'accord.
Mais totalement.
T'es un câble.
on
Il y en a un
day
qui en
2,
crée un et
Spood
puis qui a
used
dit Eh, vous faites ça?
Faites ça la team, moi je prends un beau plan. Non mais
C'est ça l'expérience.
c'est un grand Manitou qui... je suis désolé, la tentative d'assassinat.
Le mec, il a mis un peu hache.
Il a mis un coup d'âge, après il a arrêté l'affaire. Oh non, ne me tuez pas. Il s'est fait tuer et comme par
Il a
hasard,
même pas-
c'est...
this leverage to establish an empire named Westhelm.
Ah, bah, ils sont bien développés les pauvres.
These people made me
On avait pas
emperor.
discuté.
This right here is going to be our capital. We're also building a massive coliseum.
You mean where people fight to the death?
Exactly.
Even though the people of Westhelm were still struggling with food and resources, their motivation to succeed was unbelievably high.
Somebody tried to take my life. Someone with this face. But now he's dead.
For the first time, it seemed like the people of Island 1 had hope.
The Ballad of Emperor Spoon. Nearly killed by some dude.
Island 1 was finally starting to develop civilizations, but not all of them were as motivated as Westhelm. Right next door, for example, was a cult named Nevermore that literally just boxed themselves in and wanted nothing to do with the rest of the world.
Quoth the raven, nevermore.
C'est les mecs
And
comme ça qui
honestly,
devraient
these
faire
guys
mal au
weren't wrong to be pessimistic. See,
Enfin,
some of the people who chose Island 1 had secretly been hoping that when they finally make it underground, they would find troves of iron and diamonds. But instead, they only found a giant layer of lava that stemmed from the volcano and covered the entire island.
Oh, c'est horrible.
c'est même pas marrant.
This lava layer ended up killing a lot of people. That said, a lot of people weren't necessarily angry at the poor conditions themselves, but more so about the inequality between Island 1 and Island 2. See, even though the two islands had a border separating them, preventing anyone from crossing for now, rumors were spreading about the wealth and the amazing environment of Island 2. Because of this, some people on Island 1 were starting to develop some feelings about the other island.
Island 2 might be the better island, but we're the better people.
Oh. In fact, artists on Island 1 were already making propaganda posters, some of which were rather concerning, including a few creations by our mafia leader, Lingolini. Speaking of Lingolini, there was some drama on the volcano on day 2.
Ils sont trop investis, j'adore.
Vraiment.
What?
Mamma mia, help me! I'm getting chased! Lego
Pourquoi
like
il
just
reste
attacked
RP?
me out of nowhere and I had to run down the mountain.
It was becoming a pretty common occurrence on Island 1 for people to try to rob or murder as a means to get food or resources. But Lingolini was not going to let that slide. Well, what are you gonna do about that then?
I put a hit out on him. Everybody in the Mafia knows that the Lego Likes is an enemy of the Mafia.
But then, during our interview... Oh wait, who's coming out over here? There's some people coming
Oh,
down.
those are people from Infernus. They're our allies.
Oh, really? Lingolini had decided to share his volcano territory with a larger group called Infernus, whose main goal was to preserve and protect the sacred land of the volcano. I spoke with the leader, a player named Seneca, who described herself as the queen of Infernus.
We are a nation of the flame. We have to treat the volcano with the respect it deserves.
On va
And
revenir
we
quand
hope we
même.
can work with
Bah, c'est
Lingolini
500,
to do just
500.
that.
Seneca and Lingolini
Ouais,
agreed
tu
to
fais quand même
protect
stylé,
each
hein.
other in
C'est
case
quand
of
même
an
stylé, hein.
invasion, and use the volcano's height and flowing lava to their advantage.
Comme la dette.
If anybody tries to attack us, we'll kick them out like a Koopa shell.
Now, speaking of invasions, on day 2, the Cass Coalition
On a
was
qu'à dire merci pour
approached
les
by an
subs.
army of
Merci.
boats.
Merci le team.
Oh, crap. Guys, I think we're under attack.
It looked like for some reason the Commonwealth was coming to attack.
No, we can't fight this. We gotta run. Get everyone out. Get everyone out.
But after a few moments of panic,
Just
it turned out to
forcément
be just a group of immigrants who had gotten lost.
We are not here to invade, I swear.
Oh, I
We are not here to invade you, we promise.
Comme ils ont trop de ressources, ils vont se tirer. Trop.
But I didn't do anything. I just followed them.
brought them all, you
didn't do anything.
Okay.
The leader of the migrants, a player named 3 Below Zero, profusely apologized for the scare, and then the migrants took off. What's going on, Cass?
I know they didn't need to do that. I'm telling my people not to worry.
Glad to hear. Now, on day 2, players had finally realized that Island 2 was not technically an island at all, but an archipelago, or chain of islands. The northern island was an optimal place to settle, with open
Mais il y a
fields, trees,
personne au
and
sud.
wildlife.
Ben
So
oui,
naturally, it
de
had
toute
the
façon,
biggest
bah, après, il en parle pas,
civilizations,
mais ça se
including the
trouve,
Commonwealth, the Cass Coalition, and a huge kingdom named Tricolor, ruled by a monarch named Jophiel.
The red stands for the underground, the green for plains, and the blue for the coast.
The center island, meanwhile, had pink cherry blossom trees and was the home of a small nation called Barbie Land. What is this?
Life in plastic?
Oh god.
It's fantastic.
Okay. And lastly, the southern island was big, but also extremely dense, flooded with jungles and swamps. As a result, nobody really wanted to stay there, although I did find one person. Saps, what is this?
Can't you tell? This is my vacation home.
How's this a vacation home? I don't see any lawn chairs or
Because
furniture.
il a fait un
There's
temps,
no
donc,
room.
Hold your horses there, cowboy. It's not done yet.
Saps was one of the few players who chose not to join any civilizations because he didn't want to get dragged into politics and drama. Still, he made lots of friends across Island 2, his best friend Flux actually being the second in command of the migrant group. Speaking of, 3 Below Zero and the migrants had finally reached their destination all the way
Ah ouais,
up
c'est trop
north.
stylé. Hein.
Now, other than accidentally invading the Cass
C'est
Coalition,
incroyable.
these guys seemed pretty insignificant. But little did people know, this new civilization was about to change the entire world.
Suspense climax.
We are blessed to live where we live.
Je ne vous ai pas tout
And we
dit.
intend to use it for good. We are enlightened. We are the light. We are Luminara.
The migrants had decided to call their civilization
Un bâton.
Luminara. They saw
Un charbon.
themselves as the light of Island 2, the innovators, the inventors. See, the reason 3 Below Zero had chosen this specific location to settle, well, it wasn't by accident. After the first day, 3 Below Zero had used content and propaganda released by the people of Island 1 to estimate the location of the other island. He then used a coordinate system to calculate.
Y'a Malum, on t'aime. Des gros bisous. T'es au taf, mais tu viens à peine de commencer. Il fout rien en fait. T'étais dans le creux là. Bah voilà, bisous Malum. Alors,
Bah, tu vois, on travaille à fond, c'est nous Malum, on chôme pas.
Non, on chôme pas, je vais envoyer ça à ma conseillère Pôle emploi, elle va kiffer. Elle va
Hop. 2h30 de live, non, il y en a qui tiennent pas. Hein.
Ah non, ah ça non, il y en a qui ont déjà allumé la clope. Hein. Ah ça oui.
The northernmost point of Island 2. His goal was to settle as closely as possible to the other island so that when the day comes, when the borders drop, Luminara can build a massive bridge connecting the two islands, giving free passage as a sign of good faith to perhaps bring about world peace. But it wouldn't be that simple. The second in command of Luminara, Flux, as well as a few concerned citizens, did not want that bridge to be built. They had seen the Island 1 propaganda. They knew that people on Island 1 were angry. Their fear was that Island 1 would just use that bridge as an opportunity to invade Luminara and perhaps invade the rest of Island 2, leading to a world war.
That bridge is a bad idea. Moving up north was a bad idea. Island 1 is going to invade us, and Luminara is going to be their first target.
Voilà, c'est ça. Les riches, ils font des idées, des plans sur la comète, ils savent même pas prouver.
Hein?
Frère, tu comprends pas l'anglais en fait. Tout à l'heure,
Mais si, mais j'ai pas compris ta phrase.
Mais là, tu vois.
En français.
Ah merde, faut que je parle anglais. Non mais, t'as un groupe de riches, il est en train de faire un pont pour aller rejoindre les autres pour être en mode vas-y, on fait des câlins et tout, c'est trop sympa. Et t'en as, il est en mode ouais, tu vois, il fait ce pont, mais c'est une mauvaise idée parce que nani, parce que nana, ils vont nous envahir. Tu vois, c'est des golemons comme eux qui font que les riches, faut les. Voilà. Je parle anglais.
Parce qu'il a tort. En soi.
I respect our leader's goal, but he's dead wrong. We shouldn't be trying to befriend our enemies. The way we're going to achieve world peace is by uniting Island 2 against Island 1.
What if 3 Below Zero says no? What if they finish the bridge?
Populiste.
Well, then at least they'll know I tried to warn them when Island 1 comes and kills us all.
Il va trahir son premier roi. Après, logiquement, vu le stuff qu'ils ont, Island 1, c'est full faire maximum.
Bah, normalement,
pas trop de mal.
Ils sont largement dessus, mais une bonne stratégie de groupe, ça vaut mieux que.
As day 2 came to an end, tensions were rising, both within nations and between islands, leaving people worried about what's going to happen next.
Ouais, ok. Alors. Frère, ils sont.
Il y a eu beaucoup de morts côté 1.
Oh, les pauvres. Dans tous les sens du terme. C'est très, très grave.
Il y a vraiment beaucoup de morts.
Back at Island 1, I was watching a small group of pirates who called themselves Al-Karasina.
Al-Karasina, my friend. We're the baddest pirates around.
Now, if you look closely, there was a person of interest hanging around with the pirates.
Je sais pas si c'est leurs accents ou s'ils sont vraiment RP.
Non, attends, personne n'a un accent comme ça.
So to be clear, Lego Likes had a bounty on his head, and he was hanging around pirates. You could probably guess how this ends.
Yo, Lego Zanga's here. So is this is everything you guys got, huh? Not much.
Ooh. They're boiling him! Oh no! Oh my gosh! The Al-Karasina pirates had killed Lego Likes, but there was a small problem. Did you hear about the news?
Yeah, I saw it, but we don't know who claimed the bounty. It didn't say it in the chat.
Because Legolikes had technically died to boiling water instead of a player, Lingolini didn't know who actually killed him. But fortunately for the pirates, when a player dies, the dead player drops their own head, which the pirates believed would be the proof they needed to collect their bounty later today. So you're expecting a payment later?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll go. By day 3, players have basically mapped out all of Island 1, and we're finally starting to adapt to the environment.
Day 1 was horrific. We literally had bread lines. Day 2, we're building a coliseum, a citadel. I am literally immortal. Hopefully that isn't foreshadowing.
Emperor's Food was still the most powerful man on Island 1, and on day 3, he was invited to a big international meeting hosted by a charity group called the Blue Cross.
We invited you here mainly to discuss plans in case the volcano erupts. What are your individual plans?
A large bunker underground.
Just not using flammable materials.
We don't have any real plan, you know.
What? You don't have plans? If that volcano erupts, you deserve to die.
Emperor's Food had come in with good intentions, but it was there that he learned that he hates meetings.
I'm gonna go there.
When Emperor's Food left, the other leaders were unsettled. Was this guy really the figurehead of Island 1?
Okay.
C'est un escroc.
Then, basically,
Il s'est fait
right on
élire par le
cue.
peuple, mais c'est un peu comme...
Sorry guys, sorry.
Un peu comme Trump.
Oui, ouais,
Tentative d'assassinat.
j'avais autre chose en tête. Mince.
Avec qui?
Mais dans le... Oh, mais je sais plus le nom, c'est aberrant. Sentinel Prime, voilà. Sentinel Prime dans Transformers 1.
Ah oui, ok. L'escroc.
On est d'accord. Je me trompe pas. Oh, t'as du mal à le charger celui-là.
This is Benji.
Oui, t'es bon.
He's the leader of Island 1's second biggest civilization, called Elysium. See, on
Comme par
day
hasard, ils ont
2,
tous des
Benji
skins
had
d'empereurs que le ICE les empereurs. Eh, Yang Souroche.
discovered that toward the outer edges of the island, away from the volcano, the water isn't boiling hot anymore. So he founded Elysium, which literally translates to a place of ideal happiness. And he made the nation to give peace-loving people a chance to relax and get away from all the troubles of Island 1.
C'est ralenti.
Look at these Elysian guys swimming in the water.
We were hoping that Lord Ish could summon a single mushroom cow.
Alright, if anyone drops a pufferfish in the next 60 seconds, I'll do it.
What do I have to do? What do I have to do? We need the pufferfish. Quick.
There it is.
Alright.
Parce que ça donne des champignons.
Ah oui, mais...
Now back at the Blue Cross, Benji and the other
Je suis en
leaders
retard sur
discussed.
quelque chose? Ouais, j'aurais jamais de réponse.
Non.
Ok.
Non, c'est juste, je pense, pour le fun.
The possibility of creating a full Island 1 alliance.
Ça va, une vache.
All the leaders at the meeting, including Weston's
Ils vont pas les dialogues.
given the harsh
Ils
conditions
étaient
of
contents
Island
avec
1,
une
an
vache.
island-wide alliance could be a game changer. But
Pour les soupes,
first,
pour la bouffe.
Before we make this
C'est
official,
ressources,
we have to convince everyone else to join.
see, there were a few civilizations not present at the meeting, and to complete the full Island 1 alliance, the Blue Cross would have to go out and get them all on board. First was the Alcaracina pirates, who coincidentally happened to pass by the meeting as it was happening.
Hey guys.
Hello.
They were on their way to collect their bounty from the second nation not yet in the alliance, the Lingolini Mafia. Oh yes, they're waiting.
Je les aime bien, je les sens bien.
La plus drôle.
Ouais, c'est ça, c'est... Ils émanent un bon truc.
Oh, mamma mia! It looks like a small brain. It sure looks like a Lego light.
Meanwhile, the Nevermore cult would probably be a little bit more difficult to convince, but the Blue Cross said they'd try anyway. Now, as for the fourth and final nation, well, it was a bit of a mysterious group. Their civilization was down south, and they were very isolated and secretive. They were also rumored to have an extremely strict government, but also a large amount of very skilled fighters.
Après, ils sont beaucoup, mais...
As a result,
Après,
people were...
Tu penses que c'est Day 3 genre en heure humaine ou en jour...
C'est exactement ce que j'allais dire. Je pense que c'est en jour humain.
Ouais, parce que si c'est in-game une journée, c'est
impossible.
minutes, c'est impossible. Tu fais pas 2h30 de vidéo sur...
Je pense que ouais, il a dû filmer chaque jour vraiment. Il donnait rendez-vous sur Discord, paf, un jour.
Je pense que ouais, genre il ouvrait le serveur d'une certaine heure à une certaine heure et il faisait en sorte de rester à ce moment-là.
Kind of scared to approach them, but they knew they had to eventually to complete the Blue Cross Alliance. They knew that if this alliance works out, it wouldn't matter that they all lived on the poor island. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the most powerful force in the world would become Island 1. At first, Island 1 was supposed to lose, but now they were on the verge of turning their lives around completely.
Il y a un truc que je trouve un peu plus différent par rapport à l'Island 2, c'est que les pauvres sont plus dans l'entraide. Même s'il y a quelques kills parfois, ils savent qu'ils sont dans la merde, tu vois, ils sont plus dans l'entraide, alors que les riches, tu vois, ils n'hésiteront pas à se flinguer les uns entre les autres.
Ah bah c'est quasiment sûr, c'est pour ça que l'analyse est bien faite sur ce point-là, je pense. C'est parce qu'on va voir qu'en fait, il y en a, ils vont se bouffer de l'intérieur, c'est tout.
Ouais. Ça l'inverse.
Ce sera pas très rigolo pour nous.
Salaud pauvre.
Foutu pauvre, on vous déteste.
As you can see, there was a bit of commotion at the Commonwealth. They had just exploded their own land because of a miscommunication. What happened was one of the 5 leaders, Coraline, got the idea that the Commonwealth was planning to move east. So she started telling everyone to move. Thus, believing that they wouldn't need their old land anymore, one of the citizens just decided to blow it up.
I thought we were moving. What? We're not moving. I'm surrounded by idiots.
Overall, the Commonwealth was having trouble getting anything done because the 5 leaders were constantly fighting over power. See, there were 5 leaders, each with 1 vote. But because they were originally 5 separate nations, each with a differing amount of citizens, should the smallest faction's vote have the same weight as the biggest faction's vote?
It is ridiculous that Armin's vote is worth the same as mine. I mean, I need about 50 people, and he has barely 5.
Because of all the fighting and disarray, Commonwealth citizens started moving to other nations like the Cass Coalition. Cass's style of governing, letting people do whatever they want, was making her very popular with her people.
C'est l'entre-deux parfait.
Mais cool, man.
Democracy, a true one.
Focused on like letting everybody do their thing.
But at the same time, the lack of any regulations had some unintended consequences, like players making strange and ugly buildings. So to solve this, Cass hired a building inspector.
I have placed a lot of foundation for a glorious city. Basically made out of stone. That way no one can burn us down.
However, the building inspector did get a little power hungry.
Oh, le scoop.
Ça va.
C'est pour la blague.
Because it's not up to code. So then, citizens took matters into their own hands. What? No. Anyway, on day 3, the biggest nations on Island 2 were still the Commonwealth, the Cass Coalition, and Tricolor. Tricolor was a medieval civilization separated into 3 regions, one of them being an underground city. Oh my gosh. This is big.
Mais ça, c'est super stylé.
People didn't really know that much about Jofiel and Tricolor because they tended to be more private. Jofiel was more interested in building up Tricolor rather than doing outside diplomacy. But people would still come to Jofiel with all the political news of Island 2.
I am so tired of the politics already.
Yeah.
I've got some news. People are concerned with Aperion trying to colonize them.
Oh my god.
Now, this particular rumor about a group named Aperion colonizing people happened to be false. Aperion was just a small town led by a player named Alkaline, and it was actually the only nation other than Luminara that directly bordered the ocean next to Island 1. That said, the rumor that Island 1 was uniting was true, which got some people worried, especially the 2 border states. So Jofiel invited over all the major leaders and diplomats of Island 2 for an emergency meeting. The only leader who declined was 3 Below Zero because he was busy building the Luminara Bridge. So he sent in his place his second-in-command, Flux. Flux, what's your plan here?
I don't care what 3 Below Zero says, we need to make sure everyone unites against Island 1.
Good luck, sir. And because this meeting was the most important event yet on Island 2, Jovial invited a neutral mediator, someone who could lead the meeting in a fair manner and wasn't a part of any nation.
Mais dépêche-toi!
C'est l'homme le plus seul contre son temps.
You sound very excited about it.
Oh no, I'm not excited. I'm terrified. I'm accidentally gonna cause a war.
Alright, I think everyone's here.
C'est quand même en diamant.
Well, we at the great and mighty Commonwealth are looking forward to a productive conversation.
Thanks.
Ça, c'est les riches.
So, as the president of the period, I'm actually really worried about our town.
C'est les pauvres,
Which is
c'est les
why
pauvres.
I'm proposing we all join a defense pact. If one of us gets attacked,
Ah
all
non,
of
c'est les
us
riches.
are
Oh, je suis à la ramasse.
I can agree.
Ah non, mais tu parles pas anglais ou quoi,
That's a
mec?
good start, but if Island 1 attacks, say, Luminara, well, by the time you can even arrive
I
to
will
defend
explain
us,
to you, mate.
everyone at Luminara will already be dead.
Which is why I think we need to
Et la
focus
peur de
our efforts
l'étranger.
on preventing an attack in the first place.
An attack is
Let's-
inevitable.
We
I'm just saying.
Hold on, Flux. Let Jovial finish. Island 1 is starving. They're not going to attack us. They have bigger problems. And imagine for a second how quickly we could change their hearts and minds if, instead of treating them as an enemy, we send them aid.
Waouh.
I think Joe feels right. We do the defense pact, but we also send aid to Island 1. Basically, we're ready for an attack, but we try our best to prevent it. I'm on board with that.
I can agree to that.
The Commonwealth agrees.
Guys, no, this is ridiculous. Island 1 is literally making propaganda saying death to Island 2. They're jealous that we live in a paradise, and they're gonna invade us no matter what. And you wanna send aid to them? Guess what? They're gonna take whatever you send them, food, armor, weapons, and they're gonna use all of that against us.
He might have a point. Hold on. Island 1 isn't evil. They're not savages. They just need help.
You cannot be this naive.
Well, there's a guy under the table. There's a guy under the table.
Everyone is super on edge. They're worried about traps.
Guys, Island 1 is united. They have hundreds of people all aligned in the same goal, to kill us and take our resources. If they decide to attack any single one of our nations, it'll be easy. All they'll need to do is walk ahead, which is why we need to either merge all of our nations. Right now, we all choose a spot and combine into one civilization. Either that, or we attack Island 1 first.
Are you crazy?
You plan to kill what's crazy?
Ouais, il va trop loin.
You leading all of us to our
Bah,
death.
oh
my
That is
God.
too
You have
much.
to
We
listen
can't
to
do
me.
Il va
that.
beaucoup
If
trop
we
loin.
don't do this,
Il aurait
it's
pu
the
très
end
bien.
of Island 2.
We can't do that. That's crazy.
What is happening?
Everyone.
Mais le problème, c'est que déjà, oui, c'est scripté, mais c'est que bah, l'autre là déjà il est trop radical, mais ensuite il y a, enfin c'est pas con, genre le truc de, tu sais t'envoies de l'aide, mais en même temps, bah ils en profitent par la suite pour soit s'en servir, ou ça peut justement se retourner à l'inverse, tu leur envoies de l'aide, ils s'y habituent. Et par la suite, tu leur coupes l'aide et donc tu les fais un peu tes objets. Genre, tu as la main mise dessus, tu vois.
Ouais, mais comme ils sont ultra riches, ils auront toujours l'approvisionnement. Et ça dépend quelle aide tu vas pas leur envoyer des armures en diamant. S'ils leur envoient juste de la bouffe, tu vois.
Oui, c'est ok, mais genre justement, imagine, tu leur envoies des trucs et par je sais pas, X raison, conflit interne, la majorité fait que on ne veut plus envoyer de l'aide. Et bah tu n'envoies plus de l'aide et les autres ils sont en mode mais vous n'envoyez plus de l'aide, vous abusez, on va vous détruire. Tu vois ce que je veux dire?
Ouais, mais ça serait un peu stupide.
Oui.
On est dans un monde de stupides après.
Voilà, ça fait réfléchir.
Mais je comprends ton idée. Mec, c'est trop un génie, genre.
Let's just vote.
C'est un mix entre Napoléon et Jean-Paul Sartre, genre.
Voilà.
As an enemy.
Je sais pas trop quoi en penser.
Merci.
All in favor of sending aid to Island 1.
On a monté ça comme un film hollywoodien.
Il va péter un cap, frère. Tout le monde il a dit on envoie de l'aide et lui c'est le seul qui veut. 484. Ah, ça se stabilise un peu, mais c'est quand même chaud. Hein.
Ils ont pris cher hein, quand même. Hein.
Meanwhile, at West Helm, I ran into something interesting.
Our next song is called Island One.
Oh my god! So you remember this guy?
The Ballad of Emperor Spoon.
Well, he joined a band that produced actual songs and then performed them all across Island One.
Il fait tout le personne. Jetez-lui du pain.
Je lui envoie les tomates.
Let's go! Everyone loved the Island One band, including Emperor Spoon, who found that the music bolstered the morale of his citizens. He believed that a happy citizen is a productive citizen.
West Helm took us in and gave us a little home.
Even though Emperor Spoon was a chaotic figure, West Helm itself was the opposite. It had an army, a storage system, and a hierarchy, from emperor all the way down to citizen or plebeian. And of course, there was the Colosseum, which would finish will play a major role in West Helm's justice system.
Désolé, mais c'est impossible.
That said, Emperor Spoon was not happy
En vrai,
when he
mais
heard
en
that
vrai, le rêve,
yesterday,
s'il y a un
Benji
youtubeur français qui fait un truc comme ça, genre, tu sais, en mode serveur. Vas-y, on va sur une île, mais c'est incroyable. En mode vraiment, tu te prends pendant une semaine, tu sais, t'es dans le truc, quoi.
Ah non, mais je kifferais aussi l'idée, franchement, ce serait incroyable. Un truc comme
Tu sais quoi? Allez, on fait un truc. Ah ouais, exactement. On envoie un truc sur les forums Facebook de Minecraft, les Reddit, tout ça. Venez, on sera 10, hein, mais...
Dépêchez-vous.
Une île de 10 personnes.
Au moins, c'est fou ce qui se passe ici.
Mais il y a moyen que ça soit top. Moi, je kifferais.
Ah bah, je nous le souhaite, mais bon...
alors,
ça ne veut rien dire.
Mon frérot, j'ai l'impression que ta vidéo Twitch, là, ça bug un peu.
Pourquoi ça bug?
Ou c'est moi?
Dis-moi pourquoi.
Non, vas-y, fais play.
Je pense que ça marche.
Leaders had been talking poorly about him.
Okay, we need a better representative.
Our final goal
Okay.
is to put Benji Button in here. No, that is a joke. That is a joke.
You don't want Benji to die, do you?
Well, I mean...
Benji and the other leaders were concerned that Emperor Spoon is unstable and may one day try to take over the entire island. And their concerns only grew when Spoon was caught listening to Napoleon on Spotify. But they also knew that if Island 2 were to ever attack, they needed Spoon on their side, so they didn't know what to do.
Island One, well, here we are. I just want to say, thank you, Spoon, for all your support. You're welcome. Glory to West Helm.
C'est trop dur.
C'est incroyable.
Meanwhile, Seneca, the
détermination
queen
être
of
un
Inverness, had
empereur.
decided to begin building a massive castle for her people. A beautiful home base that would hover directly over the volcano.
Ah, trop stylé. Allez, incroyable.
Ouais, ça c'est...
Yesterday at the Island One meeting, a lot of leaders expressed worries about rumors that the volcano may erupt, and they talked about how they would each take different precautions. Everyone believed that the volcano was dangerous, except for Seneca, who had decided to take the opposite approach.
It's all just paranoia. If we really value the volcano, we need to have faith it won't erupt.
The main goal of Inverness as a civilization was to preserve the sacred land of the volcano. So what better way to show faith and demonstrate loyalty than to make your home right above it?
C'est hyper stylé.
Lingolini, meanwhile, decided to make his home underground within the volcano.
En fait, j'y pense, mais si jamais l'île 1, là, des pauvres, se fait attaquer, vu que l'eau autour d'eux, elle est bouillante, mais ils ont juste qu'à les attendre et à tirer sur les bateaux.
S'ils viennent en bateau, s'ils viennent avec des ponts, tu sais, le pont qu'ils ont fait vers le nord.
Ouais, c'est sûr.
Là, il faut trouver un stratagème en mode tu déclenches des TNT en dessous le pont pour créer un trou et comme ça, voilà.
Un petit missile.
Ouais, tu sais quoi. Ouais, vu que dans le... Attends, quand même, dans la bande-annonce, là, au début, dans le teaser, il y avait quand même une fusée à un moment, donc...
Ouais. Ça m'étonne pas.
Linguini's main goal was to get rich, and having direct access to iron and gold was one reason for him and the Mafia to live there. But it wasn't the main reason. Remember this interaction from day one?
Hold on, yes, can we tell you a little secret? We found some netherite.
Oh, really? Scattered throughout the volcano were pieces of netherite, the rarest and most powerful mineral in all of Minecraft. Not even Island 2 had netherite. It was the single secret advantage that Island 1 had. And the only ones who knew about it were the Linguini Mafia and Infernus. Now, even though Infernus didn't exactly like how Linguini was desecrating what they consider to be sacred land, they made a deal with him. The Mafia can keep mining so long as they provide Infernus with some of the minerals they find. But Linguini was unsatisfied.
They want to use us. They want cheap labor. I'm not giving them anything.
Linguini didn't like how Infernus was basically forcing the Mafia to mine for them with nothing in return. So he secretly instructed everyone in the Mafia not to give Infernus anything. Linguini's hope was that Infernus never asked for those minerals and forgets about the deal entirely. Otherwise, he would be in a lot of trouble. That said, despite this conflict, the rest of the Island 1 unification effort was going very well. Earlier today, Linguini had decided to join the Blue Cross Alliance.
Thank you all so much for having me.
The Alcaracina pirates were also eager to join, and surprisingly, so was Nevermore. There was only one holdout.
Putain, les bâtiments ils sont incroyables par contre, vraiment j'adore.
Eager to join, and surprisingly.
Bah, même les bâtiments simples, bah, déjà ça tu vois au niveau des détails c'est sympa. Mais tu vois par exemple celui-là il est trop bien, il est superbe.
Il est très très classe.
Ça je kifferais le faire.
Mais eux ils font trop les mecs.
This mysterious civilization was called the Covenant, and it was ruled by a dictator named Turntap. How are you elected exactly? By a vote of the people or the vote of yourself?
Elected?
Turntap wasn't sure about joining the Island 1 Alliance because the people of the Covenant were generally skeptical of outsiders. They only took pride in their own nation, especially in their army, which was composed of really good PvPers who weren't above using torture to get their way. Are they drowning this guy?
He's gonna die.
Now, I felt a little bad for this player, so I threatened the Covenants. Covenant uses water torture. I'm reporting this to Sidefall News.
No, go to side.
So I went to the local news reporter. Sidefall, I have a story for you. I just caught the Covenant waterboarding one of their own people.
Oh. Well, I'm paid off by them, so I don't really care.
What?
Dude, it's free money.
You know what?
It's called a business for a reason. It's called for profit, okay?
Sidefall ran a news business with questionable ethics. He was also known for making up fake stories, writing things like, "The lava is rising," just to sell more papers. That said, earlier today, he had made a legitimate discovery that could devastate the entire island. Island 1 had a lot of known dangers, from the lava layer to the boiling water to the powdered snow. But there was one last danger that nobody knew about until now.
Oh merde.
Ah oui, bah là.
Meanwhile, the people of Island 2 had spent the day building their civilizations and having a good time. Yesterday, their leaders had voted that whenever the border drops, Island 2 would send aid to Island 1, hoping this gesture would lead to peace. But not everyone agreed with this approach.
The end of Island 2.
When Flux returned home to Luminara, 3 Below Zero was furious at Flux for causing chaos at the meeting and for going against Luminara's values. 3 Below Zero, as the leader of Luminara, was actually heavily in favor of sending aid to Island 1. The whole point of the Luminara Bridge was to make peace with Island 1, not to start a war. As a result, 3 Below Zero demoted Flux from his position as second in command.
Lui, il va faire des dingueries, lui.
Ouais.
C'est vraiment, c'est le soldat issu
Après, il est tout seul, c'est compliqué.
Yeah, Flux
Il
has
va
been gone
trouver
all
du
day.
refuge chez les gens
People here don't really
bizarres.
like him anymore.
Flux and his crew had spent the day building a
Le
secret
mec avec son
bunker
temple là
under
qui
the ocean, a place for them to
Non,
hide
il est leur
if
poète.
Island 1
Il est là-bas.
attacks. And then Flux spent the rest of the day helping his best friend Saps finish building
Ah,
his
merde.
home.
Despite all the chaos,
Tu vois?
Sap still reached out to me after I was demoted.
Mr. Mediator, what a
C'est
good
fashion.
friend.
Flux over here can be a little unpredictable, but he's my friend, and I know he genuinely wants the best for us.
Even though Flux was much more ambitious than Saps, these two had become very good friends.
So many diamonds already.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah, I'm loaded.
But just as day 4 was about to come to a peaceful end, something happened that would change the course of Island 2 forever.
T'as les superlatifs à chaque fois.
Forever.
All around the world.
Oh, stylé les transitions de la GT.
Jofiel, the leader of one of Island 2's largest civilizations, was walking across Tricolor with her second in command, Seraphim.
Il va le tuer.
Quoi?
Seraphim! What are you doing?
What?
C'est lequel qui l'a tué du coup?
No way.
Mais c'est son second. C'est son bras droit. Pourquoi
The
il a fait ça?
second in command of Tricolor had just killed their own leader. And immediately, all of Island 2 went on lockdown.
What? Wait, what?
Everyone was confused about what caused this to happen. They killed Jofiel. Why? After Seraphim fled, Tricolor was in complete disarray.
That's our leader. Who's Seraphim?
Back at Saps' place, Flux told Saps it might be a good idea for him to call an emergency meeting with all the leaders. So, for the sake of the island, Saps agreed to host a meeting.
Tu la sens la connerie?
But for now, he and many others headed to try.
Genre, on va y avoir un massacre, une. Comment on appelle
Il
ça?
va y avoir une noce pourpre. Je pense que le mec, là, sous sa table, là, parce que c'est au temple, il y a un piège. Il va buter tous les leaders, en tout cas un maximum, pour prendre leur place.
Mais il a l'air trop gentil, je peux pas le croire. Je suis
Alors,
investi,
lui,
là, je suis
oui,
investi,
mais
c'est pas possible.
C'est le meilleur ami de l'autre, qui lui veut la guerre. Donc je pense
Ouais,
que
mais
s'il
je sais
tue pas
pas.
tout le monde, il tue au moins le boss. Tu vois, le boss du Commonwealth.
J'ai pas envie d'y croire.
Moi je le vois comme ça.
J'ai pas envie d'y croire.
Il y avait, en fait, j'avais vu ça sur une autre vidéo du même style. Et pardon, je te recoupe. J'avais vu ça dans une autre vidéo du même style, avec 2 islands, mais c'était pas Rich contre Bon. C'est vraiment voilà, à peu près équivalent. Et il y en a un, dans un des épisodes, il y a un mec qui avait aussi construit un temple et il les avait tous fumés. Genre, il avait tué 10 personnes d'un coup. Et du coup, il avait pris le pouvoir, il avait pris le dessus, quoi.
Catastrophe.
Je sais pas, c'est un mauvais
Catastrophe.
pressentiment, ça serait stylé.
Ça serait très stylé, mais j'ai pas envie. Je suis attaché. Je suis attaché à des personnages là. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait là? C'est qui?
C'est le tueur.
Ah. Ok.
Il s'est suicidé.
Base sous-marine. Mais non, t'as pas entendu le bout de la trappe?
Non, j'ai pas entendu. Mais du coup, j'imagine qu'il est
Now,
dessus.
Island 2 wasn't the only place that was described. Oh, what? The leader of the Al-Karasina pirates, Noble Bucket, died very suddenly. Alright, they sent me the footage of what happened. Oh no. He doesn't know the lava layer's there.
Oh! No. I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. I think I'm...
C'est pas possible.
With world leaders
De toute façon, dans sa
dying
coupe.
left and right, the media had plenty to report on. The most trusted news company was from Elysium, called Daybreak Media.
We're number one because we actually report.
En vrai, par contre, l'idée de faire des médias et tout, je trouve ça trop bien. Genre, franchement, ils se sont.
De quoi?
donnés. Mais ils font des
Ah oui,
des
sur les
papiers
petits
et
trucs
tout.
à côté.
Ah, c'est trop.
C'est trop
bien.
stylé.
Franchement,
Ça fait des beaux souvenirs.
Mais ouais, c'est genre, je sais pas, je pense que tu vis ça qu'une fois, tu sais, de faire un truc RP à ce point-là. Genre, perso, j'ai jamais fait de RP et tout, mais ça donne envie d'en faire du coup, parce que t'as envie d'intégrer, ouais, un nouveau truc, tu vois.
Une famille.
J'ai enfin des amis. Ouais, je sais pas, genre, ce serait incroyable. L'idée peut être folle.
Ah, t'es dedans, quoi. En vrai, le RP, bah, surtout Minecraft, je trouve que c'est incroyable. Quand c'est comme ça, un peu moyenâgeux, là. Je sais pas.
Qu'il y a la peste et tout, qu'on peut encore. Ouais, non,
Truth, unlike that bozo
La bonne
sideball.
patate.
And later into day 5, the news would get even crazier. For purposes of unity, the Covenant had finally decided to join the Blue Cross Alliance, thus successfully uniting the entirety of Island 1.
Trop beau.
C'est beau ce qui
But
se
right
passe, c'est trop beau
away,
pour,
the strength of this alliance would be tested. Earlier, a citizen of Infernus had accidentally told someone outside of Infernus that there was netherite in the volcano, and this news spread all across the island.
Ouais.
This was a disaster for Infernus and the Lingualini Mafia, who had been trying to keep the existence of netherites to themselves.
Il va y avoir bagarre.
Immediately after hearing about the netherite, the Covenant sent a mining expedition into the volcano without telling Infernus. And lo and behold, they confirmed there was netherite.
C'est sûr.
Because the Covenant had a scary reputation and a ruthless army, Queen Seneca of Infernus felt it was in her best interest to allow the Covenant to mine. But when other nations like Westhelm started asking if they too could mine in the volcano, Seneca said no.
Non.
People are saying we're being
Il dit que
selfish.
non.
They're the ones being selfish, trying to take our resources.
Listen, Island 2 is rich. We are not. Now, with netherite, we actually have a chance of evening the playing field. But the volcano people are hogging it.
Before any fighting could break out, the Blue Cross quickly reached out to all the leaders and told them to put this issue on hold.
Non, c'est.
We're inviting everyone here tomorrow, so we can all talk this through peacefully. We're Island 1. We cannot afford to
Oh, les
have war
religieux.
over some mineral.
Il va y voir. Non.
Meanwhile, Island 2 was still processing the death of Jophiel.
Even though I was just a farmer, you know, you still made me feel important.
Saps would invite all the leaders for a meeting later so they could coordinate a hunt for Seraphim and discuss their plans for when the border inevitably drops. Now, after Jophiel's death, Tricolor had lost a lot of its power, which left the island with really one dominant nation, the Commonwealth. But remember from day 3 how the 5 Commonwealth leaders were in constant fights with each other?
It is ridiculous that Almond's vote is worth the same as mine.
Well, this all came to a head on day 5 when one of the leaders was caught plotting to take control of the entire Commonwealth. So, another Commonwealth leader then paid an assassin to, well... Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Wolfram's dead.
Problème réglé.
After this,
Ouais, enfin, de là à engager quelqu'un, un assassin pour le flinguer. La démocratie n'a qu'à bien se tenir, j'ai l'impression. Hein. C'est quand même mal foutu.
Mais c'est ça qui est beau dans la démocratie. Le problème, c'est les autres. Pas nous. Nous, on fait pire que les autres, mais c'est nous.
This Commonwealth citizen went to the Caste Coalition to complain to
C'est pas la
Caste
démocratie.
directly.
C'est pas la démocratie le problème, c'est les gens qui la dirigent.
On the other island, my leadership said, quote, netherite is useless.
Netherite is, of course, not useless. I think that's a foolish statement.
As the Commonwealth erupted, the Caste Coalition thrived. But they did have
Ça
their
veut
own
dire
problems. Is this your
Tillman.
Yes, he is. That implies
Ils ont même pas d'armure.
J'avoue, ils sont tout le temps juste avec leur skin.
Earlier, What Daddy had ditched work to attend a party in Barbieland. So as punishment, his employers forced him to risk his life and chop down one of the tallest trees in the Caste Coalition. He's asking for help.
You have to yell louder. I can't hear you. You're so far up. You have to get closer to the ground.
Oh! Now, because of this recent tragedy, Cass decided to stay home from Saps' meeting. That said, every other major leader was now on their way. As the leaders and
Je suis réalisateur,
representatives
je connais les
arrived, there
termes.
was one person who would be notably absent, banned from attending the meeting.
Et voilà.
Before the meeting started, Flux called me to his underground bunker because he had something, quotes, important to tell me. Flux, what are you gonna do?
Well, first, let me just
What are you
explain.
gonna do?
I'm not allowed to attend this meeting because the leaders of this island are utterly incompetent. They can see that Island 1 is gearing up to invade us. And their response is, let's give Island 1 more gear. It's completely brainless, and it's going to result in all of our people dying.
Il est tellement dans les radios.
You got a plan?
I had a plan, but nobody listened. They all voted against it. Look, we can still save this island, but the current leadership has to go.
Tu vois? J'ai pas vu la vidéo, hein, je te promets.
Has to go.
Pour moi, c'était sûr.
Has to go.
Il y a un gros trap.
Removed. And I'm done waiting. It's gonna happen today.
Tada!
Tada!
Il est très anglais.
Welcome.
Thank you all for coming. We have a lot of very important stuff to talk
Lui, il va se sacrifier.
You know, during the first meeting, there was one person there who actually understood what I was saying. Seraphim reached out to me, asked me if they could help in any way. I told Seraphim to kill Jofield. And today, we will finish the job!
Ah mais il va pas faire grand chose le gars.
So Seraphim
À
gets
moins que,
there.
hein.
Ouais, je suis sûr qu'il est TNT.
Something I didn't want to do, but something that needs to be done. I'm going to save this island by any means necessary.
I would like to bring it to the table. If you agree with full chaos on Seraphim, please say aye.
Aye. Are you sure this is gonna work?
I don't know, but we have no other choice.
Le coup d'état du siècle.
Alright, so I have
Je suis hype,
something to
je
say.
suis hype de fou.
Is there a possibility, any possibility, that the assassination of Wolfram and the assassination of Jofield by Seraphim is any way connected? Is there a conspiracy going on right now? Do we think that's a thing? Are leaders safe?
I have reason to believe that leaders are not.
Flux, do you feel any guilt doing all this?
Well, part
Attends,
of
il est
me
dans le
feels
tour.
bad
Qu'est-ce
for
qu'il y a dans le
Saps.
tour?
Mais il y a des TNT, c'est le seul moyen de les tuer en
What do
vrai.
you mean you feel bad for Saps?
Sauf s'il en est en bas et en dessous.
No idea what's about to happen to him.
Mais même lui, du coup. Non, lui,
But
c'est.
if you had to
Bah,
betray
il pourrait se sacrifier.
one person
Ou alors il pourrait le trahir aussi.
to save 1,000,
Tu vois?
would you?
What just happened? What happened?
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Oh my god!
Why
is there a trap? Is this all a setup? Saps, look, where's Saps? Where did he go? Did Saps do this? Wait, Saps? You have to find him. Hunt him down! Kill him! Kill Saps! Saps, where are you? Saps!
Et tu as jeté des cailloux?
D'ici cinéma. Ah ouais, carrément, le plan avec le coucher de soleil. Rien que ça.
Drop the mic.
Mais non, mais l'idée par contre, avec les stalactites, c'est incroyable, j'avais jamais pensé.
Bah oui. Bah disons que pas très efficace, parce que du coup il a pas tué tout le monde.
Bah non. Ouais, au final, il y en a combien qui sont morts? Attends.
Il y en a 3-4 qui sont morts.
Putain,
1, 2, 3, 4. Ouais.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Il y en a 6.
Ceux qui sont restés en vie, c'est...
Mais j'arrive pas à...
Peaceful Girl, elle est pas restée là.
C'est ça?
La meuf qui était dans le... C'est les bobos. Les bobos. Les mecs peace.
Bah, je sais pas, je l'ai pas vu d'elle.
On va le dire.
Non, j'avais trop foi en lui, il avait l'air trop gentil. Je suis abattu. Je suis abattu.
Ah, ça brûle.
Niveau 382, 300, 453. Ouais, non, mais sérieusement.
Ils sont presque à 100 de plus. Hein, quand même.
Ouais, c'est très très grave.
It was a new day, and Island 2 was in shock. On day 4, when Saps was in Tricolor helping the people after the death of Jofield, Flux and his crew had built a trap in his roof. And Saps did not know they had done this. He had been framed by his friend Flux, used as a scapegoat for Flux's plan. But because they had to rush to build the trap, it actually wasn't fully successful. Some of the dripstone, including the one meant for 3 Below Zero, had failed. But overall, the trap still killed the leader of Aperion, Alkaline Alk, a leader of the Commonwealth, Coraline, and 4 other very high-ranking officials from across the island. The people of Island 2 were devastated, confused, and angry.
Our leader's dead.
What just happened? After the trap went off, Seraphim was immediately caught and killed. Oh!
What would a tricolor?
But when more people found out about how exactly their leaders died, their anger wasn't really towards Seraphim, but toward the person they believed was behind it all, Saps. And it made sense. Saps knew he'd be hosting leaders at his home. It was his roof that had a secret trap. A trap that happened to fit perfectly into the design of the roof. Saps was about as guilty as it was possible to be. With that, all the major Island 2 nations, from the Commonwealth to the Cast Coalition to Tricolor to Luminara, declared Saps to be hunted down and killed, while Flux got away with it all.
C'est très grave ce qu'il a fait.
Il y a Gotaga. Ah non, Gotoga. Il y a pas de monster.
Gotaga en secret pendant une semaine qui se tue en RP Minecraft.
Ah, il en manque pas une.
At the beginning of day 6, it was announced that tomorrow, on day 7, the border between the 2 islands will finally fall. Both islands now have 1 day to prepare.
Par contre, c'est tellement ingénieux le piège, vraiment, je reviens pas, c'est trop fort.
Ah ouais.
Ça fait autant de dégâts.
Bah ouais, je crois que c'est comme la massue, c'est par rapport à la distance. Mais c'est pour ça que je suis un peu étonné du... Je pense que c'est un peu scripté, hein. C'est pas possible.
Non, mais... Ça aurait dû tuer plus de gens, c'est ça?
C'était pas très haut. Il me semble que c'est proportionnel par rapport à la hauteur. Un peu comme une enclume. Quoique une enclume, c'est pas ça. Mais en fait, j'ai trouvé ça... Moi, je pensais que ça allait drop des TNT d'un coup, tu vois. Et que ça allait tous les flinguer. Pas du tout.
Ouais, je sais pas.
Non. Et je pré-shot le mec, là, Sparata, là, qui s'est fait trahir. Voilà, malgré lui, je pense qu'il va aller chez les pauvres.
Comment ça?
Bah là, il est parti, il va aller sur l'île des pauvres. Je pense qu'il va essayer de join.
Bah oui, bah non, mais pour l'instant, il peut pas, parce qu'il y a encore la barrière.
Non, mais comme c'est demain dans le vidéo, je pense qu'il va aller...
Ouais.
Une ellipse, quoi.
Attendez...
Ils disent quoi sur le wiki?
Alors, comme une enclume qui tombe, les dégâts sont de 2 cœurs pour chaque bloc de hauteur après le second.
Ouais, voilà. C'est la ligne d'en dessous. Stalagmite. Ah non.
Non. Stalagmite, c'est ceux qui sont comme ça. Stalactite, c'est ceux qui sont vers le bas.
Ouais. Mais du coup, là, c'est ça. Donc c'est proportionnel.
2 cœurs par bloc de hauteur après le second. Donc si t'es à 7 blocs de hauteur... Ah non, les dégâts c'est de 2, donc c'est 1 cœur. Donc tu fais 7 de... Oh la vache, je sais pas parler.
7 de haut.
Ça te fait 7 cœurs en moins.
Voilà.
Le plafond
c'est
est
pas déconnant.
si haut que ça, hein. C'est pas déconnant.
Bah c'est ça. Je pense qu'il est à 8. Enfin, ouais, 8-9 au maximum.
Ouais, je sais pas.
Après, est-ce que le fait qu'il y en avait qui avaient pas les casques, parce que pareil, ils avaient leurs armures.
Ouais, je sais pas. J'achète, mais j'achète à moitié. À voir un peu.
Moi, je pense qu'il fallait qu'ils trouvent un piège et bon.
Bah, au moins,
perso, j'aurais mis des TNT.
Ouais, j'aurais fait ça aussi. Moi, j'aurais fait soit TNT, soit une embuscade en mode des assassins de zinzin qui sont placés tout autour, tu vois, ou je sais pas quoi.
Ouais, mais il avait pas tant d'hommes que ça.
Non.
Donc en soi, tu mets TNT sous le sol. En vrai, tu fais un truc de TNT qui tombe d'un coup, ils ont aucune chance.
Ouais.
Else happening on
Ça
the
a
other
bien marché
islands.
quand même, hein.
Most just didn't
Ouais,
really care
totalement.
about it. A lot of the hatred against Island 2 that was popular in the early days had faded away. That is, except for this player named Oppenheimer, who was determined to take out Barbie Land because in 2023 the Barbie movie had outsold the Oppenheimer movie.
I'm building a nuclear rocket that will make yesterday's chaos look like
child's play. But when Oppenheimer tried testing his nuke, it went up and up and up and was never seen again. Now, Day 6 did present some new challenges for some of the civilizations. For example, at Nevermore, what is
T'as les
this?
shaders comme ça aussi, c'est bien propre.
What are you doing up here?
I got voted out because they hate me.
No! Come on! No, jump! What about me? I can shoot. No!
Mais il y a de l'eau en bas.
What? I didn't do anything! I blame Ish! Meanwhile, at Elysium...
I hate being a leader. Everyone here is so stubborn.
Benji was having trouble getting laws passed because his people kept opposing any changes that threatened their peaceful lifestyle. The people of Elysium were generally skeptical of government officials, sometimes even holding trials against them. Although this particular trial did not go to plan.
Guys, somebody stole
Oh,
Gerald.
trop stylé.
The mushroom cow, Gerald, has been stolen.
There they all go. Meanwhile, at West Helm,
C'est bien, c'est vraiment pas les mêmes quêtes de vie.
not a shortage, a feud. See, Remy the Rat had opened up a new restaurant right across from the Coliseum, but the food was questionable. So his
C'est Rémi
customers
qui la
instead
coupe.
started buying their food from another player named
C'est
Dinosaur.
Rémi?
That is, until...
Oh my god, oh my god,
What is he? Permanently closed. All food is now at... Remy, are you behind the murder of Dinos Earth? Anyway, on day 6, the West Helm Coliseum was finally complete. What do you plan on using this arena for?
Do I actually have to say legally? Maybe a little bit of blood will be shed, and that's all I can say.
While Spood was a popular leader who got things done, he had also developed a reputation of being a little unstable. He said outlandish things, he can't stand meetings, and his justice system wasn't by courthouse, but by combat. This is something Spood's first attempted assassin, Ramsayer, tried to prevent. It's why he tried to kill Spood, and he wouldn't be the only one. There has been a small but coordinated secret revolution growing in West Helm, with aims to overthrow and murder Spood. The two leading figures are West Helm citizen Ramsay Pi and West Helm's head builder, Knight Arcturus.
You know, I helped design his Colosseum, not knowing Spood actually wanted to use it for bloodshed. He's insane.
The first part of their plan was to take out Spood's second in command, a player named Oo.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I guess it's
Second in command down, but Ramsay Pi was immediately chased down by West Helm's
You
army.
could have made something happen, man.
Oh. Oh! With Ramsay Pi dead, Knight Arcturus became the sole leader of the revolution. But he also knew it was only a matter of time before Spood...
Quoi?
Elle est horrible sa maison, on dirait la maison de Malo. En bois comme ça.
Ah non, c'est vrai, elle est
Juste avec le
catastrophique,
toit.
je suis d'accord.
Tout droit. Elle est
Elle
horrible.
est très 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 moche. Y'a pas à dire.
Mais qu'est-ce qu'il a fait?
Qu'est-ce que tu fais?
Finds out about
Qu'est-ce que
his
tu caches derrière
plans.
cette maison?
I want to make one
La révolution.
thing clear. Anybody who is caught plotting against me will be executed in the name of West Helm. Glory to West Helm.
Il est un peu crazy à la 800.
En fait, il est fou, mais il a quand même énormément de soutien.
Mais ouais,
je pense
c'est
que les
ça.
gens
Ils sont tous
le
fous.
soutiennent juste parce que c'est lui.
Ils se sont tous dit genre ça y est, c'est le meilleur moyen de régner, on va le suivre et puis au moins on est unis autour de quelqu'un. Mais le problème c'est que
Ouais.
il est bizarre le mec.
Discuss what to do about the netherites in the volcano. Going into the meeting, people were not happy with Infernus and the Linguini Mafia, who were believed to be keeping netherite to themselves.
Please keep all your weapons holstered at all times unless you absolutely have to take them.
The meeting began with West Helm's representative and Spoot's newly appointed second-in-command, Spider.
We asked if you had netherite, and you lied. You said there was no netherite, that you had looked in it, and that you hadn't found any.
Because people were immediately starting to gang up on Infernus, Benji from Elysium tried to keep the peace.
Why is it Infernus's job to report on the netherite? There were people literally going into their territory, mine without authorization, and then accuse them of doing something wrong.
After some more discussion, Infernus was asked the big question.
Will you open up rights to mining underneath the volcano?
It is still our land. It is still the place where we live. And of course, things like trade are important, but in terms of opening up the volcano, it is an adamant no.
Ils sont combien dans le clan de Cynthia juste pour...
Le clan de qui?
voir. De Cynthia là, la meuf. C'est qui a arnaqué Linguini là. Linguini.
Quoi? Là je t'ai perdu.
La meuf. Cynthia. Là. On regarde pas la même vidéo ou quoi?
C'est qui Cynthia?
La meuf là. En plus, attends, oui, pardon, j'ai appelé Cynthia. Sinica. C'est la meuf, tu sais, qui, au début, qui a arnaqué l'italien là. Le mafieux. En lui demandant à chaque fois de donner de la netherite au début. Tu sais, au début, quand il commençait à miner et tout, c'est cette meuf-là, et elle contrôle un territoire justement près de la mafia. Elle avait un accord.
D'accord, oui, ok.
Et du coup, je me demandais ce qu'ils sont nombreux, tu vois, dans sa team. Tu vois, si on peut pas les...
Si on peut pas les réduire à néant, je sais pas. Comme ça, les faire taire, hein, c'est une question.
Non, mais non,
je sais pas, j'ai pas réfléchi. J'ai pas réfléchi, mais je pense qu'ils sont pas trop...
les cœurs.
Too soon, too soon.
Dans l'actualité, non.
C'est vrai que, on reste quand même droit dans nos bottes. Il a fait un joli tir.
We have to humbly disagree with Infernus of not allowing anyone else to mine in the volcano. This is Island 1. We're all struggling against the nature and everything like that. Shouldn't we all be allowed to mine wherever we please?
Hell yes. Preach.
Soon, people started offering deals to Infernus.
I believe we'd be open to give you resources since it is your land.
But Seneca still said no.
The volcano is still our sacred land. We don't want hundreds of people there mining and ravaging it.
As a result, Linguini went even further.
On the day one, Mario was here first on the volcano, and we're able to mine there, but it's not fair that no one else can mine. While your queen is over there with the diamond boots, some people don't even have any armor.
Oh, le révolutionnaire.
Regardez là, cette pauvre riche.
Je suis sur le boutin.
I doubt it.
Oh no.
That's propaganda.
And so, after even more discussion, West Helm made a
Et un mec qui
final
fout bien,
plea.
quand même.
We have a representative from every single nation on this island. You have an opportunity here to unite us all, or you have an opportunity to totally destroy that unitedness.
But Seneca still wouldn't budge.
For now, it's a no.
So, Linguini made a
Ce que je
big
remarque, c'est qu'il y a
announcement.
côté pauvre, il n'y a pas tellement de mesures. C'est soit tout l'un, soit tout l'autre.
Il faut les arracher. Non, je veux la paix. Ça marche pas comme ça. Ok. Mais ils sont, ouais, c'est qui tout double, mais c'est
Of
très
the
souvent double.
territory
j'ai
in the
l'impression.
volcano, the Linguini family declares independence from Infernus. And we will open mining to anybody who wants to mine.
Seneca's leaving? Seneca had left the meeting, furious at Lingolini's betrayal.
L'homme du peuple, Mario
We had a
Zingoni.
better outcome, but this meeting's adjourned.
Et c'est vrai qu'ici, il y a personne qui fait quelque chose. Hein. Dans le sud de
Ça, je t'avais
l'Orient.
dit.
What just happened?
Ah bah oui.
What just happened? Every leader in front of me just died.
And you had nothing to do with it.
It wasn't me. Someone was in the roof. I'm getting framed-ish.
Following yesterday's trap, Saps was on the run, as he was now the most wanted and notorious criminal on Island 2.
I'm screwed. What am I supposed to do?
He had no choice but to hide amongst the dense jungles and swamps of the southern island. But he also knew that the longer he hid, the more guilty he looked. So earlier, he had decided that he would turn himself in under the condition that he is given a fair trial. Flux, meanwhile, was satisfied with the success of his plan, but it wasn't over quite yet.
We got 2 leaders left to kill. Call me Cass, and of course, the guy who demoted me.
And because Seraphim was dead, Flux sent another member of his crew to take care of the job. Oh no. Oh no.
Mais ils sont. Mais...
Ils sont trop nuls. En fait, non. J'ai ma théorie là-dessus, c'est que je pense que ça s'est passé comme ça, dans le RP. Sauf que lui, en créatif, il a pas pu être là à chaque moment. Et donc, du coup, ils ont refait une mise en scène après, où il tue les autres pour argumenter ce qui s'est passé.
Ouais.
Tu vois, visuellement.
Ouais, bah, on dirait qu'il y a pas
En mode, il l'a vraiment tué. Et après, il a. Oui, voilà, c'est ça. Après, ils sont pas allés très loin.
Parce que là, je veux bien
C'est
que
juste
tu
pour.
fasses- tu te fais backstab, tu vois, c'est super. Hein. Genre.
Il fait zéro effort. Là.
Le temps de réaction. Cours, je sais pas, sprint, fais des sauts.
To the world, this looked like yet another
Ah, mais lui, c'était le mec trop gentil, 3 Billy 0 là, je crois. C'est celui qui faisait
oui
le pont pour rallier et tout.
Ah oui, oui, ça devait être le. Bah oui, de toute façon, les deux grosses têtes maintenant, c'est lui et la meuf.
Et la meuf trop gentille aussi. En fait, il reste que des gentils. Enfin, il restait des gentils et.
C'est pour ça qu'ils vont mourir.
Assassination, but to Flux, it was the strategic progression toward making the people of Island 2 paranoid. So paranoid that they wouldn't
Tu
trust
vois,
anybody.
finalement, les autres, ils ont rien. Et en fait, ils ont tout. Alors que nous, on a tout et en fait, on a rien du tout.
In fact, the new leadership of Tricolor
C'est
was
trop
already
réfléchi,
preparing
voilà.
for Island 1 to invade.
I think we should secure our nation, make sure we have plans when inevitable war and fighting starts.
Sending aid to Island 1 was officially off the table, and the construction of the Luminara Bridge had come to a stop. After all these days, Flux's plan was finally working. Now, the Cat Coalition, meanwhile, hosted a diplomatic meeting on Day 6 to try and increase the morale of Island 2 before the border dropped, although Cass herself was too scared to attend the meeting.
And I am, like, I want to enter, but my members are telling me not to because there was an attempt on my life yesterday.
Right. Because Cass was one of the last remaining major leaders on Island 2, she now had guards with her at all times.
Here, I'll trade you armor.
Why?
Just want to make sure you guys do not die. Please don't die.
That said, everyone would soon be tuning into the trial of Saporada to find out whether Saps will be freed or executed. Several nations argued
Ils sont tous cons parce que personne se dit que c'est l'autre.
Bah ouais, c'est ça, genre, il est grave.
Débile aussi.
Il est grave rangé. l'autre.
Personne se sont dit. Eh, mais en fait, il devient quoi lui? C'est débile aussi.
Oh, son de retour.
D'abord, on avait les mains. C'est Renaud. C'est Renaud. Ne fume jamais d'alcool, mon garçon. Mais des blocs, ça nous dit.
Sale enfant de putain.
They named it Rising Lava? So remember that discovery that Sidefall made? Well, it was a warden, also known as the most dangerous creature in all of Minecraft. Sidefall had then renamed the warden to Rising Lava, so that when he was accidentally killed by it, the entirety of Island 1 went into a panic. The lava is not rising, but this is just as dangerous.
Oh, moi j'aurais fait un move. Je l'aurais embarqué sur le niveau 1.
Ah, vraiment, tu mets aléatoirement.
Tu la tires et tout jusqu'à niveau 1.
Oh my god. Dude, how is anyone gonna stop this? Until eventually it got to West Helm. But the West Helm army was ready.
Ils vont prendre tellement cher. Par contre, ça c'est trop stylé. On devrait faire ça sur la survie. Attends, je dirais pas. Tiens, c'est que tu vois leur bouclier. En fait, c'est une bannière que tu mets sur le bouclier. Et tu peux faire une bannière, tu vois. Tu peux faire ce que tu veux comme bannière. Et juste quand tu mets une bannière et un bouclier, en fait, ça met la bannière sur le bouclier. Et donc, ça fait des boucliers stylés, quoi.
Ah, ta phrase, elle était longue, hein. Oh là là.
Ouais, elle était longue pour juste dire qu'il y a une bannière sous un bouclier.
C'est stylé.
Cliffez pas.
Ah ouais, genre comme là, quoi.
Voilà, exactement. Et ça, faudrait trop qu'on fasse ça. Quand on se fait une bannière spéciale survie.
Bah, il faudrait, mais faut qu'on trouve un bon pattern et puis let's go. Hein.
Vas-y.
Après, on n'est pas 1000 sur le serveur.
De Ignis, c'est déjà bien.
Oh my gosh!
Il va être plus de 300. En même temps, ça a tellement de vie.
Ah ouais, non.
Welcome to West Helm.
Enfermé.
Voilà.
Ça va être le prochain seigneur.
Ouais.
Mais sérieux
tu tues pas une bête comme ça et tu te proclames pas, je sais pas, empereur ou soldat impérial, je sais pas, je suis désolé. Moi je fume un warden dans une civilisation avec 500 personnes. Je deviens un roi.
Prétorien, c'est peut-être mieux.
Non. Including the murder of Joe Field, the murder of Alkaline Elk, and the murder of our very own Coraline. I will hear the prosecution's argument, followed by the defense, and then I shall make my ruling.
Okay, guys, I feel really unsafe now.
Prosecution, go ahead.
Your Honor, Saps constructed a meeting hall which contained the deadly trap, pointed at everybody but himself. As a prelude for the meeting, he had his accomplice, Seraphim, assassinate his leader before running to the trigger, ready to pull the trap. He then fled the scene after the trap went off, just long enough after faking his surprise. He is not only a cold-blooded murderer, but a terrorist.
The prosecution then called a survivor of the trap, Zekor, to the stand.
We know after investigating that only one seat had no trap. Can you identify who was sitting in that seat?
It was Saprada.
And who built the meeting hall with us?
It was Saprada.
C'est tellement RP.
You killed our leaders. You destroyed our island. May your death today satisfy us all.
Then it was time for the defense, for Saps to give the most important speech of his life.
All I ever wanted for this island was peace and cooperation between the nations. The loss at the meeting yesterday was extremely devastating and came out of nowhere. But I can tell you right now, I'm innocent. It wasn't me. The leadership in Luminara helped me build the meeting area.
He's gonna expose them.
And we're the only people who knew about the area before the leadership meeting. That includes the prosecution himself, Thomas 5200. Gotoga, Hive Rotation, Snowbird 334, and their ringleader.
What the fuck?
When I left to gather the leaders for the meeting, they must have snuck into the roof of the meeting to make the trap. The people who I thought I can trust the most used me for their malicious intent and killed the leaders and blamed it on me.
Saps had figured out he was betrayed and framed by his friend Flux, but he would end up making a critical mistake.
I find it rather interesting that Three Below, the leader of Luminara, is one of the only people who survived the trap. I find that rather interesting.
What about it?
The trap too.
Well,
Saps falsely assumed that 3 Below Zero, the beloved leader of Luminara, was also behind the murders. And with that mistake, Saps turned everyone against him.
Saps, is that all you have to say?
I guess.
All right, I'm ready to make my decision.
Il est tout seul à prendre la décision.
Ouais.
Saps is to be taken to the top of the gauntlet and executed immediately.
Bon, personne n'aurait réagi comme ça. C'est tellement débile. Mais bon, c'est pour le cinéma, hein. C'est des Américains, non?
Ouais, c'est vrai que c'est des Américains.
Faut pas leur en demander trop. Il essaie de fuir. Il est trop chaud.
Ah, il va se faire avoir là, c'est pas possible.
Ouais, c'est bon.
Il est trop chaud.
Where'd he go? Bodyguard.
He escaped, man. Did he actually get away?
You gotta be kidding me! No!
Allez, checker ça, moi.
Vite, qu'on m'amène un gueux. Dépêchez-vous.
Oh non. Ça devrait être lui le vrai roi.
Bah ouais, je te l'avais dit, c'était un bon, il s'est juste fait avoir par les mauvaises personnes.
Le petit voix. Je croyais en toi.
J'ai toujours vu en toi le bon. Pourquoi
Papa, j'étais là.
Chargez, chargez. Oh, la barrière elle va se péter. 370, 442. Oh.
On n'a pas eu l'après-Warden. Ça bug là, non? T'as fait pause?
Oui, j'ai fait pause. Je regardais juste le compte des morts.
Ok.
Ça bug là.
Oh, pourquoi ils attendent?
Bah parce que je t'ai dit, jour 7, la barrière, la bordure, elle se casse.
Oh, c'est les pauvres là. Ils envahissent.
Bah, ils vont juste voir, attends.
Which means the border had officially dropped. At first, people were kind of in awe.
Whoa, this is beautiful.
Going from one island to another after all this time was a major culture shock.
Piece of shit.
Island 1? Whoa.
And as expected, Island 1 people immediately started taking resources from Island 2. They're taking the sheep. But the flow of resources wasn't all in one direction.
Probably gonna take some gravel back time.
Quoi?
Ils avaient pas d'animaux sur l'Island 1.
Bah non.
Ils avaient que des... Donc c'est pour ça qu'ils prennent les...
Ils ont raison.
We don't have a lot of it.
Still, as people from the two islands started meeting for the first time, they were surprisingly friendly to each other. Like these two who made a tunnel connecting the islands from underground.
This is amazing! We've linked Island 1 and Island 2.
For the longest time, Island 2 feared an invasion by Island 1. But on day 7, that fear completely disappeared.
Has
It became very clear that Island 1 had no interest in war. Instead, they were just happy that they could finally enjoy Island 2 for themselves.
The water isn't boiling.
That said, at the beginning of day 7,
On peut aller dans l'eau.
Attends, mais je suis en train de réfléchir. Mais l'Island... Merde, c'est laquelle la pauvre l'Island pauvre. Ils ont de la
C'est la
netherite. Les
Oui.
autres, ils en ont pas. Et donc là, tu vois, c'est que la one qui va sur la toux. Donc les pauvres qui vont chez les riches. Mais attends que les riches, ils viennent chez les pauvres et qu'ils voient qu'ils aient de la netherite. C'est là
Ouais,
où
là,
ça
ce sera un peu chaud.
va
En fait,
se
ça
taper.
dépend.
Bah,
Ça dépend.
ça dépend de plein de choses. Mais à voir quoi. Pour l'instant, vu comme ils sont bizarres, les riches, à tous s'entretuer.
Lini made a big decision.
Ça, c'est bien vrai.
He had decided to move out of the volcano and relocate his entire mafia to Island 2.
See, this is much
After yesterday's netherite meeting, which got a little heated, Lingolini had legitimate fears that Infernus might seek revenge against him. So, hoping to live a more peaceful life, Lingolini went far away and settled in the Caste Coalition.
So you're the leader of a mafia, I've heard?
Yes, we are, but we might do some rebranding over here.
Are you guys like violent?
We weren't violent much, but we have done some political talk that has not been taken well, which is the reason why we're here.
Sensing potential danger, Cass decided it was best for Lingolini to set up his home outside the Cass Coalition. That said, the Cass Coalition was now bigger than ever before. On day 7, Cass hosted a funeral for the deceased Wood Daddy, and over 100 people across both islands showed up.
We are gathered here today in the cherished memory of Wood Daddy, a beacon of kindness in our community.
While Cass's influence grew, the Commonwealth was in shambles. Saps' trial yesterday was a disaster for the Commonwealth. Island 2 had entrusted the Commonwealth to run the trial of Saps. So when Saps escaped his execution, people lost all faith in the Commonwealth, which at one point was the most powerful civilization in the world. On day 7, most of the Commonwealth leaders resigned, leaving just one player, Sitzkrieg, as the sole ruler of the Commonwealth.
We're actively searching for saps right now. We will restore honor to the Commonwealth.
One of Sitzkrieg's biggest goals was to find and kill Saps, but his other big goal was to regrow the Commonwealth's population, which at this point had shrunk by a lot. So he sent out a lot of public invites, especially to the people of Island.
Genre il a dit au tribunal genre tout ce qu'il avait à dire, y compris qu'il y avait potentiellement des traîtres parmi les membres du jury et tout le tralala. Et ils en ont rien à faire, genre ils en ont pas pris compte.
Ils sont voués à l'échec.
One, and it actually did work until one of the people who moved in was Knight Arcturus, the lead builder of Westhelm, who had to flee from Westhelm because Spood had found out about his secret plans for revolution.
Yeah, the Commonwealth is letting us hide out here. So as long as Spoo doesn't find us, we should be okay.
Speaking of fugitives, the world's biggest fugitive, Saps, was back to hiding in the jungle after miraculously escaping from his trial, although his spirits were quickly fading.
Everyone thinks I'm a murderer. I just don't know what to do anymore.
Saps knew that Sitzkrieg
Everyone
and the
thinks
Commonwealth
I'm
soon
the
planned to scout
villain.
the entire
Oh,
southern
no.
islands to hunt him down.
Le pire c'est
So
qu'au
on
début il
day
était vraiment
7, Saps
tranquille.
decided that his best bet was to leave his home island and flee to Island 1. But it wouldn't be so easy.
C'est quoi ce renouvellement? C'est quoi, chef?
C'est bon, c'est bon.
T'as posé une crotte ou...
It's alright, okay? You can take the video. Yo, Vic, come on.
Avec.
Play the video.
What the fuck, video. Par contre, moi, en vrai, je crois que je vais aller aux toilettes. En plus, on est à la moitié de la vidéo, pile.
Ok. Putain, c'est qu'à la moitié pour
Ça fait
Après, je trouve que ça passe très vite. La vidéo en tant que telle, mais c'est long quand même.
On fait quand même des
Ça
pauses
fait,
et tout, genre, ça se tient, hein.
Ouais, genre là, en vrai, on est à 1h40. Attends, bon.
Bah, on a fait 1h50 de stream, donc...
1h50.
Mais on a mis du temps à démarrer, vu que t'avais des problèmes de micro et tout.
Non, c'était toi le problème.
Ok, j'avoue. Bon, vas-y, je vais aux toilettes et je reviens juste après.
Vas-y, bah je comble, je calme la foule.
Vas-y, calme la foule en délire.
Ok les gars, bah, subscribe. Have a seat. Comme si vous en aviez pas depuis 1h40. Mon dieu. Avant les deux. Deuxième. C'est mon deuxième comble, quoi. Pas dingue. Est-ce que je peux réduire ça? Vous trouvez comment le stream? Exactement. Est-ce que Julien il serait pas un petit peu nul? C'est un peu nul ce stream, non? Pour la blague, c'est pour la blague. J'avais oublié la soundbox. Qui me pas. Ok. Je bug.
Ah ouais. Carrément lui aussi.
J'arrive.
Ah ouais.
J'arrive.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Mon téléphone charge.
Oh, il charge.
Le pauvre, il a plus de batterie.
Ah.
Je viens. Allez. C'est bon, tu peux retourner.
Si j'ai pas envie.
Ouais, mais foutre.
Ok, allez, c'est parti. Hop, everything is in order. Or, yeah. T'es prêt l'animal?
Oh merde. Oh, on n'est pas des animaux là, putain.
Oh non.
Because the border had just dropped, people were constantly going back and forth between the two islands, which means traveling by sea could be dangerous. So Saps decided on another method of travel. He went to the place where he was least expected. He's trying to use the bridge.
No way. No way.
What the heck? What are you doing, bro?
Qu'est-ce qu'il fait?
Island 1.
Now, instead of chasing Saps, the Luminara builders instead retreated to inform everyone else that Saps was on his way to Island 1. Saps, meanwhile, quickly sailed the rest of the way to the other island, although what happened next was unexpected.
Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy.
Whoa. You scared the crap out of me. Am I allowed to touch this water? Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know, it's good here. On the south side of the island, it's safe.
It turns out earlier, Saps had reached out to a bunch of people on Island 1, offering them 2 stacks of diamonds if they give him a safe place to hide. And out of all people to accept his offer, it was Turntap, the leader of the Covenant, the most feared and militaristic civilization on Island 1.
How was the trip?
I ran across the giant bridge that Luminara is building, and like all of Luminara was there.
When Saps and Turntap finally arrived at the Covenant, Turntap immediately distributed Saps' diamonds to the Covenant army. But then, in a surprising move, he sent them out on a secret mission. Turntap had sent the Covenant Hit Squad to Island 2, but not to accomplish a goal for the Covenant per se, but actually upon the request of Infernus.
Linguini betrayed us, humiliated us. He ruined our sacred land.
Yesterday, Linguini had opened up the volcano for netherite mining, and as such, people from all across Island 1 had started mining in the volcano. And even though Linguini had now moved out of the volcano, Sinica felt that since people were already mining, she had no choice but to let them stay. She was not happy about what Linguini had done, and Sinica wanted revenge. Oh! They're killing the entire mafia.
Another one down, baby!
Oh my god. Now, the reason the Covenant was willing to do Sinica's bidding wasn't just because she'd let them mine for netherite before anyone else. But because as a civilization that values honor and loyalty, the Covenant didn't appreciate how Linguini so publicly betrayed Infernus. They found him.
Hey, you ever thought about diplomacy?
We could have had Island 1 at peace and world peace, and we still can, really.
Oh, here they go.
But over my grave, he will not be a part of it.
Oh, they've got him.
Oh, le pauvre.
They've got him.
Mamma mia!
Putain, le meilleur.
The Covenant had massacred the Linguini Mafia. Before anyone could retaliate, the Blue Cross announced they would schedule a hearing, calling on the Covenant to explain what they had
Elle est même
done.
pas capable de le faire elle-même.
Malin.
Howdy, Flux. Oh, oh, you got some fancy armor now.
Yeah, got it from Island 1.
Wait, really? Earlier today, Flux and his crew had gotten their hands on a super rare armor trim by trading with the Covenant, who had picked up the armor trim from the Warden when it died. Now, of course, Flux had no idea that the Covenant was also trading with and harboring his arch nemesis, Saps. But he did know one thing.
I heard Saps ran to Island 1, so we put out a massive bounty on his head.
Flux was now determined to have Saps killed, because Saps was the only other person in the world who knew that Flux was behind the murders of all the Island 2 leaders.
Comment ça?
Bah parce que c'est le seul, c'est son temps. Tant que les gens accuseront lui, ils iront pas le chercher Action. C'est idiot de le tuer.
Ouais, c'est vrai.
C'est stupide.
Bah, surtout qu'il est tout seul en plus par rapport à l'autre qui est.
Basically, if Saps dies, Flux gets away with everything. And ideally, the sooner Saps
S'en
dies, the
servir
better,
pour
because
tuer.
of incidents like yesterday.
That includes the
Sauf
prosecution
s'il le
himself
tue
and the
pour
ringleader,
genre
Fluxion.
s'émanciper et replace de meilleur.
Fortunately for
Ouais, mais
Flux,
c'est-
it didn't
c'est
seem
pas
like anyone at the trial believed Saps. If anything, Saps' accusation only made people hate him more, especially the people of Luminara, who weren't happy that Saps accused some of their fellow citizens. What do you want to do to Saps?
He's killed on sight. We hunted him down the other day. We
Yeah.
couldn't find him, but we have speculation of where he is.
After the murder of their beloved leader 3 Below Zero, Luminara soon planned to host an election, and the current frontrunner was a player named Legacy.
Me and my parrot, we've just been going around to different houses, knocking on doors. I think we're gonna win this thing.
For a moment, Flux also considered a run for leader, although he had basically already accomplished everything he wanted to do.
Look, no matter what people say, Island 1 was planning to invade us. They would have just walked right ahead. But now that we have stronger leaders, more cautious leaders, they're not gonna do that. We have world peace. And not because of a bridge, but because of me.
It's me, Sam.
Since the beginning,
vraiment,
Flux's philosophy
mais-
was simple.
Qui lui a
You can
volé
never
son
show
goûter
kindness to your enemy if your enemy wishes to destroy you. If you build a bridge, they'll use it to invade you. If you offer them aid, they'll use it to kill you. This is why Flux believed it was necessary to eliminate the Island 2 leaders who wished to be kind. But the cost of their deaths was devastating. The people of Tricolor still mourned Jofiel, building a massive statue to honor their deceased leader.
We've just been trying to focus on restabilizing our nation. Obviously, the passing of Jofiel
That's
hit us pretty hard.
Meanwhile, the people of Aperion had elected a new leader, but Aperion was never quite the same after the death of Alkaline Elk. The people of the Commonwealth were also in shambles, having a much smaller civilization than they started with. And even though there was some peace on Island 2, people didn't feel a sense of calm, but instead a sense of unease and revenge. They needed closure, and they were determined to kill the person who they believed murdered the leaders they loved. Saps knew that it was only a matter of time before someone hunts him down, or someone in the Covenant betrays him to collect the massive bounty on his head. So Saps made a last-ditch effort to try and get a strong ally for his cause. He asked Turntap to take him to the largest nation on Island 1. But on their way to the West Helm Capitol building, they ran into a citizen of Aperion from Island 2 who recognized Saps.
Oh. Oh, hey.
Is there a problem here?
Neutral ground? Neutral ground.
Uh-oh.
Skating on West Helm territory.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Okay. We will walk by in peace.
Good call.
Saps and his crew then entered the Capitol.
Can I,
que cette
can
menace
I
de balle?
speak to the glorious leader of West Helm, please?
C'est qu'une arbalète.
Hello. The Covenant leaders brought me. Can we have a meeting?
I'm not gonna lie, Saps. You coming to me asking for a meeting after what happened last time, even if it wasn't to do with you.
Listen, I just want to talk.
What about what?
At least explain, because I'm innocent.
Saps, I'm sorry. No.
Ultimately, Spood rejected Saps' request for a meeting because Spood didn't exactly trust him and had no real reason to help him. So instead, Saps tried another civilization, the Alcaracina Pirates.
Il essaie juste de gratter l'amitié. Il aurait mieux fait de rester dans son coin.
Although when he arrived, things felt a little off.
Now, since you're here, you have
C'est qu'il va jouer un rôle important.
Oh, well, about that. Wherever you think is the safer option, at the end of the day, I don't want any of you guys to get killed for something that I'm being framed for, you know?
But then, suddenly...
Yeah.
Need to leave?
What? Yeah.
Where's he going? Turntap had realized that the pirates were planning to kill Saps to collect the massive bounty on his head. So he told Saps to run.
Comment il savait?
What's going on?
One sec, you gotta go back to Covenant.
Quelqu'un lui a dit dans le chat.
Probably shouldn't have come out here.
Now, on their way
Ouais,
back
non,
to...
mais genre, comment l'autre il savait, comment lui, la turn tap, il savait.
The Covenant's turn tap suddenly started acting suspicious himself.
Are we safe? Is everything fine? What's going on?
We need to go back to Covenant right now.
You need to tell me what's going on or I'm not coming with you.
Dude, either like, you can handle this on your own or like just... Here, I'll explain to you on a sec, just come on.
Listen, it's hard to trust people right now, so I'm putting a lot of faith into you.
This is so suspicious. As Saps ran, he pondered his choices. Either he puts his life in the hands of Turntap, who may be wanting to kill him and collect the bounty for himself, or he runs away. Now.
Et c'est reparti, il fait le mec solitaire.
Saps then climbed the mountains of Island 1,
Trop dramatique,
escaping
hein.
from the last remaining person he thought he could trust. He was now all alone in a
Ouais, on
world
constitue un harem.
and wanted him dead.
Seul souvenir. La vie est tellement dure.
And so he
Ah, s'il meurt dans la glace, ce serait trop drôle. Merde, merde. Non.
and started collecting blocks. Saps, what are you doing?
It's time to breathe.
I can't trust anybody. Flux won. He
Oh, no.
completely won. There's just no point anymore.
Oh. Ah, il construit
On
un
day
phallus.
7, Saps built a tower in the tundra, a monument for people to remember him by, and he planned to jump off. But he didn't.
If I have to die, I'm gonna make sure he does too.
Ça fait réfléchir. Ça y est, il est rempli d'une vengeance inébranlable.
Vers son ancien meilleur copain.
Oui. 350, 430. Okay.
Ça va.
Welcome everyone! Today we have 2 new prisoners who will fight to the death. Linux, you are charged with the attempted murder of several innocent West Helm farmers. Remy, you are charged with conspiracy to murder West Helm food supplier Dinosaur. Ready, set, fight!
Et l'autre?
Here they go. But then swing. Wait, some guy jumped in. The heck? He won. Remy the Rat had won his duel in the Coliseum, and all of his crimes, including the murder of Dinosaurs, were expunged from his record by Emperor Shfood himself. He was now a legend, and his restaurant became more popular than ever before.
He put his head on the floor.
Now, it's been a busy few days for Emperor Shfood. He was always working on different things.
Il y a Malum qui dit toujours pas fini. Regarde où est-ce qu'on en est. 1h31 sur 2h34.
C'est long, Malum.
Là, t'as le temps de bosser, tu pourras revenir, t'auras fini ton shift et c'est bon. Tu pourras revenir avec nous.
Allez travailler.
Ouais, même moi, j'aurais aimé travailler. C'est bien au moins. Julien, t'en penses quoi?
Bah, en vrai, c'est bien. C'est sympa. C'est long, mais c'est bien.
Oh la vache.
C'est long, c'est assez insupportable. En plus, je suis super mal accompagné en retard, mais ça va. L'air est respirable.
La première est exceptionnelle aussi. Là, il y en a une première au moins? Il y a une première.
Ah, c'est juste la partie 1.
Comment ça parce que non, je sais pas, moi j'ai que ça à regarder. Là, c'est la version
partie 2.
Voici Dieudonné.
C'est pas lui. C'est la partie 3.
La partie 2, elle a l'air vénère. La partie X.
Je vous déteste, je suis dehors en terrasse. Bah. Ah, oh purée, ok.
Bonne nouvelle. J'en ai rien à foutre.
Il a juste... En plein milieu de sa pause, il y a eu Dieudonné qui est apparu, j'adore. Non mais c'est...
Écoute Malo, c'est tout le plaisir.
Tout le plaisir pour nous. Mais non, mais c'est parce qu'on pense fort à toi, là. On est sous le rush, là. Ouais, que du love, Malo. Bon courage pour la suite des événements, c'est-à-dire préparer des Pokéballs.
Une espèce de Pokédex. Je sais pas.
Non, ouais, c'est bon. Ça, il va pas lâcher la sandbox. Allez, on a encore une heure. On a encore une heure à regarder. Je sais pas ce qu'on va noter déjà.
Bah, 1h30 quoi.
Became more popular than ever before. Now, it's been a busy few days for Emperor Spoon. He was always working on different things. Have you seen our aqueducts? Show me your aqueducts, Spoon.
Look at it behind you! Look at it!
So what's the use of this?
I don't really know. What is the point of anything? We just build. We have too many builders, not enough ideas.
Now, while Spoon was an effective leader, he did have to constantly watch his back for assassins.
You know, I've thwarted like 5 assassination attempts, and guess what? I've just found out about another.
No way. Spoon's entire reign began with him almost being killed, so he was always extra careful and sensitive about where he went and who he associated with. It's also why Spoon was particularly angry when he found out that one of the people who planned to kill him was his own lead builder, Knight Arcturus.
According to some of my sources, Knight Arcturus was seen in the Commonwealth earlier today.
Really? Spoon had sent spies across the world to find Knight Arcturus, and when they discovered he was staying at the Commonwealth, Spoon immediately reached out to Sitzkrieg to request he be handed back to Westhelm. However, given that the Commonwealth was low on citizens and needed good builders, Sitzkrieg decided to reject Spoon's request.
I'm not just gonna give up one of my builders. The Commonwealth does not give in to tyrants.
This made Spoon erupt with fury.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows the Commonwealth is corrupt. They stepped that talk.
And so Spoon went around telling everyone about how much he hates the Commonwealth. This whole situation became a massive drama, and it actually got to the point where the rest of Island 2 was getting annoyed with the Commonwealth.
I don't get why the Commonwealth doesn't just hand him over. We don't need a war with Westhelm.
Unlike the Commonwealth, Cass had a big population and she didn't care about losing citizens who were troublemakers. For example, earlier, one of her citizens, Addison27, had gone to Tricolor, dug into Jophiel's grave, and stolen Jophiel's head.
Can I wear this? Hey Cass, I brought you a
But instead of protecting him, Cass immediately banished Addison from the Cass Coalition and alerted Tricolor of his location, causing Addison to flee Island 2. It was this kind of no-nonsense leadership that earned Cass a lot of respect from not only her citizens, but other Island 2 nations who were now much more willing to ally with Cass than with the Commonwealth.
C'est la règle de la fiction, c'est la règle de la
The very existence of the Cass Coalition also provided a sense of security to smaller groups, like this new nation who were mostly cheese merchants and called themselves the Conquistadors.
This is the way of cheese, but el queso!
Since the border dropped yesterday, the economies of most Island 2 nations were prospering, with heavy amounts of trade and tourism between islands. Meanwhile, in Barbie Land...
Ish. I have news.
What?
I'm marrying Oppenheimer.
What? On day 8, the player Oppenheimer had marched into Barbie Land, but instead of destroying it with a nuke, he apparently liked it so much that he proposed to their leader.
Ish, consider this your invitation to the Barbenheimer wedding.
Thank you. In Luminara, meanwhile, the citizens were inventing new technologies.
This is the power switch. It's 16 furnaces working together simultaneously, and it has a bunch of hopper minecarts on the inside distributing everything.
As much as Luminara was finally starting to live up to its name as the light of Island 2, little did its citizens know among them was quietly living the world's most deadly group of terrorists.
I'm thinking of running in the election tomorrow.
Oh yeah?
Legacy's pretty popular, but I'm not worried.
While it seemed like each of the Island 2 nations had their own separate goals, they were all still united under one mission: to find and kill Saps. In fact, by day 8, Luminara had told all of the other nations that Saps had fled to Island 1, and some nations were already preparing to send out hit squads later today. But Island 1, meanwhile, was currently dealing with a whole other political drama, the murder of Lingolini.
I cannot conceive how we are being this civil about this. They came in, they found him in the hole, they drowned him in lava.
This player, Vietnam, was one of the few remaining survivors in the Lingolini Mafia. Vietnam had escaped the Covenant's attack and wanted to get revenge against the Covenant, but was finding it surprisingly difficult to gather support. See, while the Blue Cross condemned the Covenant, nobody was brave enough to declare war on them. People feared the Covenant and its army, which is why Seneca secretly asked them to do the deed instead of doing it herself. If people knew that she was behind the attack, she...
Ils deviennent idiots.
Ah oui, bah...
compris chez les pauvres.
Ils commencent tous à se retourner les uns contre les autres, à se protéger trop. Ça va les mener à la perte, mais je sais pas, ça va être qui le grand gagnant. En fait, je sais même pas si genre à quoi, au 10e jour, il y a quoi? Il y a un vainqueur, il y a... je sais pas.
Bah si, ouais, je pense que... Ou alors il va y avoir un événement qui va tuer pas mal de gens et...
would be in big trouble. But for now, nobody would face any consequences for the massacre of the Lingolini Mafia. Going back to Westhelm, on day 8, Emperor Spood was really only thinking about one thing: how to get revenge against Knight Arcturus. After the Commonwealth rejected Spood's extradition request, Spood's initial reaction was to begin preparing for war. But what made him think twice was his belief that the Commonwealth was a massive nation with probably a big army. Spood also knew that declaring war could risk the entirety of Island 2 coming to the Commonwealth's defense, and maybe launching a counterattack on Westhelm. So, Spood decided to change strategies. He instead decided to try and bait the Commonwealth. See if he can make them angry enough to do something rash. Something bad enough that would allow Spood to then declare war and have everyone's support. And Spood knew exactly how to make the Commonwealth angry. He invited back to the Westhelm capital the one person he knew the Commonwealth hated the most.
Can we make a deal? We're running out of time.
Saps is back, and Turntap's here too for some reason. This is interesting. Because the Covenant had brought Saps to Westhelm yesterday, Spood had specifically asked Turntap to protect Saps and escort him to Westhelm once again. While Saps didn't fully trust Turntap, or Spood for that matter, he knew that a meeting with Spood was a massive opportunity, and it was worth the risk.
Hey you can turn the sun away, paint the moon in blood. If we can do what we do best, we're nocturnal life.
Saps, you are the person that, to my knowledge, murdered all those people on Island 1. Island 2, sorry.
It was not me. There is a person on Island 2 that is behind all of the assassinations and the corruption. His name is Flexion.
Emperor Spood was having trouble believing Saps, but he went along with it for now.
Well, it seems like we both have gripes with Island 2.
Spood then proceeded to tell Saps and the Covenant about his feud with the Commonwealth, and how he needed Island 1's support in case a war breaks out. There was just one problem. The Blue Cross Alliance was as good as dead. Infernus had basically left the Alliance after the last meeting, and the Covenant had stopped responding to the Blue Cross because of the Lingolini situation. So Spood decided to take things into his own hands and individually called the leaders of Island 1 for a meeting. And he wanted Saps to be there so he could tell the leaders about corruption on Island 2. Now, because of Saps' reputation, Seneca and Benji were hesitant. But as long as the meeting was in a wide open area without a roof, they decided they would go.
Oh, so you turned the sun away. How could you be so cruel? Ooh, hey. You wrapped the moon in ice. That's not nice. Not nice.
To begin the meeting, Spood first had Saps tell his story.
I've been put on trial and sentenced to death for a crime I did not commit.
Spood's goal with this meeting was to convince all the leaders that Island 2 was a threat to Island 1.
One of my right-hand men was murdered in cold blood by someone in association with the Commonwealth. It's one of the many injustices I've heard about on Island 2, and I want justice.
Then, Turntap of the Covenant made his own statement.
A few days ago, Covenant was approached by Luminara to speak of a potential trade agreement. Legacy AN approached me in regards to Fluxion, the guy who Saps is claiming killed everyone, which I do believe.
Whoa. Apparently, back when the Covenant traded armor trims with Flux, they had also done the same deal with Legacy. And Legacy had voiced concerns to Turtap about Flux's run for leader, including how Flux was demoted from second in command, and rumors that he's paying people diamonds to vote for him. This gave Saps and Schmood's stories a little more credibility, which was crucial for getting everyone on board with Westhelm's military proposal, which was, if any nation from Island 2 attacks Island 1, then the entirety of Island 1 must strike back.
If all leaders are in agreement to this, please say aye.
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 Good. This is for us a problem.
Benji was hesitant to join any military alliance because Elysium was the nation of peace, and he knew that his people were opposed to any changes that threatened their peaceful lifestyle.
Council might not agree.
Do you believe if Saps was at the council meeting, would he potentially have the chance to convince them after telling his story?
I think he might.
As long as Saps agrees, it's up to you.
I mean, yeah.
Ils l'ont entraîné dans la guerre.
Ouais, c'est vraiment ça, c'est la coalition qui se forme sur fond de manigance. Ils veulent juste faire en sorte que les autres commencent une guerre pour ensuite justifier le fait d'envahir l'île tout entière.
Exactement.
Si j'ai bien compris.
C'est très d'actualité, hein, si je peux me permettre.
Ouais, voilà, on est d'accord. C'est franchement.
Assassination of Island 2 leaders by Fluxion and his conspirator. So many other people have died to the same tyranny and corruption that has been on Island 2. I'm just so lucky to be alive and share my story with you guys.
But as Saps spoke,
c'est toi qui a.
Non, c'est bon, t'inquiète.
The people of Elysium still had some doubts.
Against the corruption in Island 2, which is...
But who?
What does that mean? That's vague. What does that
Are we
mean?
going
What is
to
the
corruption?
Elysium wasn't convinced that potential corruption on another island was enough of a reason for Elysium to get involved. But then, suddenly...
A few days ago.
Moi, je vois pas ta caméra, toi.
What?
Non, t'inquiète.
What is this? About 15 members of the Westhelm army had inexplicably walked right through Elysium. They quickly left, but it certainly didn't help the tensions.
Attends, c'était qui Wow. J'ai perdu le fil là.
Hey.
Tes bêtises.
Alésia.
Attends.
Corruption on another island was enough of a reason for Elysium to get involved. But then, suddenly...
A few days ago.
What the? What is this? About 15 members of the Westhelm army had inexplicably walked right through Elysium. They quickly left, but it certainly didn't help the tensions. Nonetheless, the proceedings continued.
They're being rushed here to pressure us.
We're going to be deciding whether Elysium citizens would go to war. I think Elysium citizens need to have a say in that.
Yeah,
I agree. True.
After even more deliberation and after even more time passed.
Excuse me, you have to say something important. The troop of people that came by, they are apparently the military from Westhelm. We have reasonable suspicions to believe they are going to launch an invasion of Island 2 in the next 5 minutes. I do not know.
What are you talking?
Emperor Schmood had grown impatient. After Spider informed him that progress was stalling, Schmood had decided to send a squadron of the Westhelm army into the Commonwealth's territory to find and arrest Night Arcturus. Oh boy, they're almost there, I think.
Ça sert à rien.
Qui ça?
Le narc de celui dont on parlait là, avec la moustache.
Ah oui, ouais, non, lui c'est un mec qui complote contre l'empereur, mais frère, il est tout seul.
Hello Ben. We are here peacefully. We're simply looking for a man by the name of Knight_Arcturus.
Alright. We don't have him.
We do not know where he's at. We have not seen him, nor have we heard from him.
We don't have him.
Where are they going?
Is that it?
Oh la
With their
chasse à
first plan
l'homme.
failing, Westhelm went to plan B.
Shield wall, shield wall.
What the?
What's happening, guys?
They're forming a shield wall. They're forming a shield wall outside.
Everyone leave. We're getting out of here.
Yeah.
Everyone bail, bail.
The Westhelm Squadron had successfully intimidated the Commonwealth leadership into fleeing their own nation. Westhelm then went around, searching every house, every mine, every crevice of the Commonwealth. But ultimately, Knight Arcturus was nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, at the Cass Coalition,
Hey, can I run something by you real quick?
Yeah.
You know how everyone's trying to kill Saps because of what he did? And then during his trial, he was all like, Luminara was behind this. Luminara built the trap.
The leadership in Luminara helped me build the meeting area. That includes the prosecution himself, Thomas 5200, and their ringleader, Fluxion.
So, I was sailing past Saps' place a few days ago. God, this dude is digging. Or what? Oh. You see that? You see that guy?
Yeah.
Isn't that Flux?
Yeah, kind of looks like him. Yeah.
What's he doing at Saps' place?
Que de
And
suspense.
why is he gathering blocks?
You go to show Cass.
Tiens. Anguille sous roche.
What do you think?
Comme par hasard.
Interesting.
Une coïncidence? Je ne crois pas.
Interesting.
You know what? Go to Tricolor.
I just found him, guys.
Just shake my
I'm on it.
God. Play YouTube vidéo.
Ça me fait comme il essaie de mettre en scène là une révélation alors que tout le monde le savait.
citizen of the Cass Coalition had been
Personne n'a
recording
compris,
video
mais il est
footage when he
débile.
happened to notice Flux digging for sand, a prevalent material
ça en
in
fout.
Saps' roof.
Oui.
Roof. What the fuck?
C'est- Après Malum, c'est Zoé qui dit purée, c'est long votre truc. Ouais, bah on a 1h46 sur 2h34. Ouais, voilà. Ouais. Voilà, on s'amuse comme on peut.
C'est un peu long.
Des plans pour demain, Julien?
Ouais, tu penses qu'on va quête ça... Vas-y, fais play là.
On its own,
J'ai faim en plus, moi j'ai trop faim.
Mais en fois deux.
C'est mort. Hein.
It did
Je suis pas un
raise
TikTok kid.
some questions.
Oh.
Eh, Day 9. Oh, il est tellement long le Day 9. Mamma mia.
Oh non.
Yesterday, Saps
so
had
the
spent
man-
the day getting brought into meetings with the most important people on Island 1, and he didn't really know what to make of this. In one sense, he was incredibly lucky to finally have some support. But he also questioned how real this support is, and who he can really trust. See, Saps knew that the Covenant generally did not like the people of Island 2. The Covenant believed that Island 1 was the supreme island with better culture, customs, and traditions. They were also known to be ruthless, having massacred the entire Lingolini Mafia. It's why Saps was suspicious of Turntap's offer to continue protecting him, especially after he ran away. But Saps knew he needed powerful allies as world tensions were ramping up. When Spoon invaded the Commonwealth yesterday, he got a lot of criticism, mostly from his own neighbors who were blindsided by the move.
Spoon could have dragged all my people into war. Elysium is a nation of peace.
Like that, any hope for a Big Four alliance was basically dead, especially since the other nations were now dealing with problems of their own.
Oula. Ah, le retour de la selle.
Earlier yesterday, Queen Seneca had found out that Elysium's newspaper Daybreak Media had somehow found out that she had directed the Covenant to kill Lingulini. This is why Seneca was so quiet yesterday during the Island 1 snow meeting. She knew this story would be coming out, and she was trying to figure out how she would respond. And on day 9, she made her decision. To dissuade people from invading Infernus, she would show strength by doubling down and hold a joint ceremony with the Covenant, parading around Lingulini's head.
Sorry.
Let this be a lesson. Shame to those who disrespect our volcano.
Le feu, ça brûle.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the island, the Blue Cross was hosting a meeting.
Vietnam, I'm getting word that Infernus is having a ceremony to burn the head of Mario.
If I can't get his head back, then it's war. I will put my hands around each and every one.
The leaders and representatives then decided that Infernus needed to be punished, and they started discussing whether or not to declare war. But then, not even a minute into the discussion...
If everyone is against them, then we're not going to...
Benji's dead! Benji's dead!
What? Benji, the leader of Elysium, had suddenly died. And before anyone could even ask about what happened, a member of Daybreak Media made a shocking revelation.
We know that Benji had been one of the people who made the call to kill Lingulini.
What? Apparently, Benji had admitted to Daybreak Media that he, alongside Infernus, had approved the killing of Lingulini. At the time, Benji believed that killing Lingulini would finally resolve the conflict over the volcano and bring peace to the island. But he ended up seriously regretting this decision, so he told Daybreak Media everything, exposed Infernus, and then ended his life. Now, because Benji had repented, the Blue Cross Conference decided not to punish Elysium and instead focused on Infernus.
I don't know about war.
C'est vrai, mais...
Give Infernus
Ah,
a
mais lui, il va en
chance to tell their
profiter.
side.
Flux was representing Luminara at the meeting, and the leaders actually agreed with his idea. So later today, there would be a trial against the entire nation of Infernus. Now, when the meeting came to an end, Flux was approached by a few guards from Tricolor.
Right, look. We know about the assassinations, all right?
What assassinations?
You're under arrest. You're coming to Tricolor. You're gonna have a fair trial. Just come with us.
What are you talking about?
Tricolor had issued an arrest warrant for Flux after they obtained incriminating video evidence from a citizen of the Cass Coalition.
Being possibly responsible for the death of Jovial in any capacity.
What are you talking about? We know Seraphim was guilty of that.
There are concerns that you may have been involved in other ways. If you believe yourself innocent, I believe that you are. I trust that you're innocent because you told me you were. But right now, the most important thing you can do is simply go to the trial and prove that you're correct, which I believe
This
you
is
are,
an outrage against Luminara. I cannot believe that you would accuse me of this.
Now, the truth was, Tricolor wasn't necessarily convinced that Flux was guilty. They just wanted Flux to go to trial so that he could answer their questions about the videotape.
Why didn't you not bring this up beforehand?
So if you were guilty, then run away.
You're seriously scared that I'm going to run away from a trial?
You agree after what happened with the Commonwealth, we could never be too careful about stuff like that. We're both not.
Fine, I will go. But this is an outrage.
All right, let's go.
We're gonna remember this.
We will not stand for this.
Je sens que ça va être le grand vainqueur.
Arrested by
Il a trop bien mené son jeu depuis le début.
Non, je pense que ça va être l'autre, celui qui sourit là, Zarapata là.
He's like stopping every few seconds.
Le gentil qui avait construit son
The group
temple.
then passed through Elysium and we're about to sail off to Island 2 until.
Ouais, voilà, ça. Il va y avoir du kill.
Flux had secretly told a member of his own crew to come and attack him so that he could run away from his arrest without looking guilty.
Alors ça c'est smart. Non, il joue trop bien son jeu, je suis
When
désolé.
Flux returned to Luminara, his whole world had flipped upside down. He believed he had covered all his tracks, that he had gotten away with everything. But for now, he had to remain calm and decide on his next move.
Legacy. Yeah? We've just been informed that you have ties to the Covenant, and they're working with Saps the Trader. So the problem is, we're afraid you're a national security threat. You have two choices right now. You either drop out of the election this instant, or we can do this the hard way.
Oh, that's tough.
Alright.
By forcing Legacy to drop out of the election, Flux had automatically become the leader of Luminara. Which means if Tricolor still wanted to arrest him, they wouldn't be able to just walk ahead and take him. They would have to invade Luminara itself.
Pas du tout dans l'exagération.
C'est le projet d'une vie, hein.
Yesterday, Emperor Spoon had caused a lot of chaos with his failed attempt to capture Knight Arcturus. So he spent day 9 repairing relationships, but also forming new ones. For example, earlier, Spoon had received a message from a player named Addison27 who wanted to sell Joe Fuel's head in exchange for netherite. Spoon accepted the deal, gave Addison a place to meet him at, but then he gave Addison's location straight to Tricolor.
Armor.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, no.
Give it right now.
I got it.
Now, this actually led to an alliance between Westhelm and Tricolor, the first ever multi-island alliance, and a strategic move by Spoon to befriend the neighbors of the Commonwealth. Later, Spoon also visited the Covenant after he heard about some civil unrest going on.
So they all just left, just like that?
Apparently, about half of the Covenant's entire population had decided to leave the Covenant. This is because they believed Turntap was betraying the Covenant's values by constantly trading and associating with Island 2. And what made a lot of them really angry was the fact that Turntap was making them protect Saps. See, originally, Turntap had only brought Saps in to get diamonds for his army. But the more he heard about Saps' story, the more he became captivated by Saps and wanted to help him. In fact, the reason Turntap had acted strangely on day 7 wasn't because he was thinking about killing Saps. It was because he had just saved Saps from the Alcaracina pirates, and he was worried that the pirates would attack the Covenant in retaliation.
Ils ont pas l'air si nombreux pour autant les pirates.
Anyway, now that Turntap had the pirates against him, as well as much of the Covenant forces, which Turntap himself had trained to be ruthless, it's fair to say that his life was in grave danger. But before he and Spoon could figure out a solution, the Covenant suddenly had a surprise visitor.
Come here, you're under arrest.
Uh-oh.
Yo, they're trying to kill me?
You killed our leaders. You destroyed our island.
After days upon days of searching, the Commonwealth had finally found Saps.
It's literally the guy.
Saps is now hiding. This player, Zekor, was now the main diplomat of the Commonwealth, and he knew that this was his opportunity to finally kill Saps. The last thing he needed to do was to convince Spood to hand Saps over.
Spood, come here. Please, let's have a talk. Let's have a chat. And are you a friend of this criminal behind you?
Alright. Could you guys come inside?
Oh boy. Here we go.
Il va y avoir une mare de sang.
We can put all of our fighting behind us. I propose a trade. You give me Saparada, and the Commonwealth gives you Knight Arcturus.
Oh wow.
RT for Saps. I mean, where would this happen?
You can let us take Saparada now, and then we can kill Arcturus for you.
No, don't kill him. He needs to fight in the Colosseum.
Alright, we can make that work as well.
Wait, So you're saying you know where he is? It's interesting because Sitzkrieg said he didn't.
Okay.
We don't have him.
We do not know where he's at.
Look, he comes back every now and then. We'll find him.
Really? Is that so?
Why would I lie?
So you'll find him for me?
Spood, don't do this.
Look, Spood, I have to be honest. I'm shocked that you're defending this criminal. Either you accept this deal right now, or I tell everyone from back home that you're harboring Saparade. They'll all declare war on you, and this will be the end of Westhelm.
So, just to make the terms of this deal very clear, because I want to be accurate, you expect me to give up an innocent man in exchange for a terrorist? Is that really your offer?
He's not innocent.
Alright. Get out. Now.
Il est un peu fou, mais il est malin quand même.
Bah ouais. Il tire bien son épingle du jeu, même si ouais, il est pas du tout moral. Hein.
Soon, it would be time for the trial of Infernus, which had become a very anticipated event because Seneca had told everyone that she actually planned to attend. As such, Turntap would be there to help her, which meant Saps also had to go. He wanted the Covenant's protection, which would actually come in handy. What? Saps getting attacked. Oh no. Oh boy, Sap's getting attacked again. The attacker was taken out immediately by the Covenant, but this led to another problem.
We need to know whether we should keep Infernus in the area. We are worried about assassinations.
Not going in a building, we're having this outside.
Seneca and the rest of Infernus had arrived, but were refusing to enter the courthouse because of safety concerns. Infernus is saying outside or nothing. They're not going in. And as expected, people were quickly becoming impatient.
Ouais, ils sont combien à l'intérieur?
Let's come inside.
C'est une armée.
The trial hadn't even begun and things were already out of control, and then... Someone's setting up dripstone. Oh!
Oh purée, ils ont eu le...
And like that, Turntap was dead, killed by two disgruntled former citizens of the Covenant who had come back for revenge. What the?
Ils disent qu'ils sont morts.
Queen Seneca directed her people and all the remaining Covenant forces, who were now leaderless, to
C'est-à-dire que le
retreat.
leader de Covenant, il a vu la moitié de sa population partir. Il a vu la moitié de sa population partir, et il y en a deux qui sont partis, et ils l'ont buté comme ça par pur kiff.
Stylé.
The Infernus Castle. Both Infernus and the Covenant were eventually found guilty of murdering the Lingolini Mafia. But now that Seneca had adopted the entire Covenant army with all of its netherite weaponry, it would be impossible to try and arrest anyone. Saps, meanwhile, was abandoned at the courthouse, so he ran all the way to Westhelm to Emperor Spood, who was apparently dealing with a new political crisis. It appeared that Spood had finally made the Commonwealth mad because, according to a Westhelm spy, it looked like the Commonwealth was preparing to go to war. And on top of this, Spood had received a message from Sitzkrieg inviting him to the Commonwealth for a meeting. Now, of course, Spoot suspected this was a trap, but his second-in-command Spider had an idea.
Let me go instead. Let them kill me, and if they do, we'll have the right to obliterate them.
Basically, if Spider goes to this meeting and actually gets killed, then in the eyes of the world, this will give Westhelm permission to finally wipe the Commonwealth off the map.
You're a hero, Spider.
Westhelm.
La légende.
These guys are all waiting for something to happen.
Tout le monde s'en fout.
Allez, casse-toi.
Ah bah. La guerre. Le Fredex, le martyr. Le martyr.
Il s'est fait arracher.
Ils sont 20. C'est vrai qu'ils ont piégé leur truc, ils vont tout faire péter.
The Commonwealth had been completely abandoned. See, after Zekor's meeting with Spood, Sitzkrieg had tried to rally all of Island 2 against Westhelm, but not a single nation joined him. Throughout its days, the Commonwealth had faced chaos, infighting, global humiliation, and now Sitzkrieg was utterly defeated. So, as a final jab against Westhelm, Sitzkrieg decided to kill Spider before dissolving the Commonwealth once and for all. Sitzkrieg and his remaining citizens then decided to pack up and relocate to the one place in the world that Westhelm wouldn't be able to infiltrate.
C'est ferme.
Come on in, guys. Welcome to Infernus.
Thank you, Seneca.
Elle va...
Commonwealth avec... Ouais, mais elle est trop puissante.
Elle va vouloir détrôner l'empereur. J'ai dit que c'était la pire. Ce qui serait bien, c'est que l'empereur se lie avec les Peaceful.
Ils auraient pas de raison de s'allier avec
La...
Eux, tu vois, ils sont trop bien.
Ça dépend ce que va faire la meuf.
Of another good day. The farmers had produced plentiful crops, the businesses had made lots of
Leur jour, c'était le même chaque jour.
there was even a birthday party.
Encore une belle journée.
But while her people were happy, Cass knew very well that the outside world was quickly growing out of control. As leader, it was Cass's duty to keep track of all the world conflicts. But by day 9, they were simply overwhelming. She watched from afar as the Commonwealth fell apart. She watched as world leaders died left and right. She watched Infernus avoid justice by blocking themselves off, with Netherite at their defense, as well as the volcano's sheer height. Yet despite all the turmoil, Cass spent most of the day trying to solve what was now the world's biggest mystery. Who had really murdered all the Island 2 leaders? Was it Saps, or was it Flux? See, earlier at the Blue Cross meeting, members of the Cass Coalition were listening carefully.
Covenant was propagating anti-Island 2 propaganda, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, we didn't agree with that. Island 1 never had beef with you guys. It was really just a covenant.
They can see that Island 1 is gearing up to invade us. Then at least they'll know I tried to warn them when Island 1 comes and kills us all.
But the Covenant was going to invade us, right?
Honestly, probably not. I think they were just trying to scare you guys.
Flux had fully believed that Island 1 was going to invade and even yelled at the other leaders for doing nothing, which made Cass think, what if that's the reason he killed them? Besides, what would be Saps' motive? There wasn't even a motive alleged during his trial, yet he was still found guilty. In fact, thinking back, the trial itself was suspiciously short, and the judge made a decision very quickly. Well, on day 9, one of Cass's citizens was scouting the Commonwealth and figured out why. Flux had bribed the judge to ensure Saps was found guilty. When Cass discovered this, she immediately called for a meeting with local leaders.
It's been Flux this whole time. I'm so mad. He needs to die.
Ah oui, direct.
I never thought I'd say this, but you have my permission to invade Luminara.
Okay, I'll tell my guys to prepare for battle.
No, there won't be a battle. We go in, we take him out, we leave. Got it?
Sounds good. See?
Ils vont se faire exploser.
Bah, ils ont une puissance de feu, les autres un petit peu plus grands. Du moins, je pense qu'ils sont plus chauds en PVP. Et il y a quand même 700 joueurs sur le serveur.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We gather here today because, well, we never got the opportunity to properly mourn our previous leader, Three Below.
What's going on here?
He was more than just a Luminaran, he was a friend, and I'm very much
stylé
excited that we
l'armure.
can continue his legacy and complete the bridge which he would have wanted.
Mais c'est l'armure du silence, non? C'est le...
Ouais, je vais la faire.
Ouais, bah oui. T'as des ressources pour.
Il n'y a pas de vent sur Minecraft, c'est tout.
All right, let's go.
And so, the Cass Coalition set off on their mission to kill Flux
Ils sont
once and
4.
for all. On the way, Cass stopped at Aperion to rally their people.
La gueule de la
We've
coalition.
found the person responsible
Ah, ils sont
for
nombreux,
multiple
j'ai
leader assassinations, including the assassination of your own president. Are we ready to fight for Luminara and for justice?
The plan was simple. Aperion would invade Luminara from the south, while the Cass Coalition approaches from the sea so that Flux can't escape.
Comment ils vont se différencier?
C'est une bien bonne question. Faut connaître tout le monde par cœur, mais faut connaître tout le monde.
They're here. Flux is running. Oh! They're after him.
Huh? Surrender, Flux! I don't want to do this!
Oh!
Okay, wait,
surrender!
Okay,
Surrender.
I'm not moving,
Stop.
Flux was under arrest, killing Jag, Alki, members of Tricolor, and leader of Commonwealth.
This is an outrage!
And attempting my assassination.
Flux had stopped and surrendered, but there was a bit of confusion.
He's entitled to a fair trial.
Wait, I thought it was on my side.
He's our president.
Going in, Cass had been under the impression that the people of Luminara wanted Flux to be overthrown, when in reality most Luminarans knew nothing about his crimes.
Don't speaking to a mass murderer right now. Don't let him get through the crowds, guys. Where's Legacy? Luminarans, do you want this man alive?
Yeah, entitled to a fair trial.
Oh, come on.
All of a sudden, Cass wasn't sure about what to do. Until... Oh, he's running.
Mais butez-le. Ça c'est un train de baiser. Hein. Elle est tombée dedans la meuf?
Attends.
Normalement il y a son nom. Non, elle est pas.
Non, elle est pas dedans. Après il a encore tué des gens le mec.
Flux had killed 5 people using a secret trap he had built the day before. This bought him just enough time to escape.
You block up behind.
That said, Flux knew there'd be a lot of people after him, so when he dug to the surface, he ran straight to the ocean and fled Island 2. Still, Cass and Aperion sent out hit squads to try and hunt Flux down, while Legacy directed the citizens of Luminara to evacuate.
I gotta move all of these people over to the Conquistador HQ because no one is safe in Luminara at the moment.
Holy. Like that, Legacy had taken over as leader of Luminara. Cass and Aperion were down 5 citizens, and Flux had gotten away with everything once again.
J'aime bien.
Or so he thought.
Ah.
I am so confused on what's happening right
Oh
now.
my god!
Ah, ça rend moins beau sans les shaders.
Ouais, c'est un petit peu. Ça va moins en rêve.
Moins immersif.
When Flux's trap went off, the rest of the world had a lot of questions.
Was that in Luminara?
That was Flux?
Wait, Flux killed those people?
Yeah.
On day 10, word began to spread about what had happened.
That was Flux's
Yeah.
trap? Yeah, Flux built that trap.
Which made people think, was Flux behind the murders of the Island 2 leaders after all?
Dude, I think Flux was behind everything. Shaps was
Ça
right.
fait qu'on y comprenne tout. Bien après.
Suddenly, the world realized that Saps had been telling the truth.
Du coup, elle est nulle la fin. Il n'y aura pas de guerre.
Saps, how do you feel?
Genre entre les deux îles. La seule guerre qu'il peut y avoir, du coup, c'est avec
For the first
la
time
Queen.
since he had gone into hiding, Saps
Bah
had
c'est vrai,
been
ça.
vindicated, proven innocent, and the world was finally on his side. And now, instead of hunting for Saps, all of Island 2 was determined to find Flux.
Right, this is what happened.
We should have just started killing him. I don't know why anyone stopped in the first place.
I would have been the bad guy if I killed him right then and there with everyone yelling, trial, trial.
But the search for Flux didn't take long.
Someone just saw Flux going up the volcano.
Oh, you're kidding.
Layer by layer, I didn't know narrowness in my childhood.
Queen Seneca had offered Flux refuge at Infernus under the condition that he and his crew build deadly traps all around the volcano perimeter so that nobody can break in. But the rest of the world was unfazed.
Yeah, they're gonna pay for what they did.
Yep.
On day 10, all of Island 2 joined the Tricolor West Helm Alliance and declared war against Infernus.
Ah bah on a la bataille finale.
Alright. Today, we infiltrate the volcano for Spider and for Owo. And I just want to say, if I die today, I love you all. We love you. Glory to West Helm.
Look who he is. He was my brother. He was everyone's brother.
Lui,
Took him from us. They took him.
il a besoin de s'exprimer.
Flux got away with murdering so many of our people and our leaders. Today, we get justice for our
Ça comme un
entire
film.
island.
Ouais, mais il a bien fait ça.
L'espoir. Ça paraît tard. Ça paraît comme ça, mais ça paraît tard. Oui, je suis dans les égouts. Ils sont nombreux quand même.
Après avec les pièges au niveau du volcan, je sais pas si ça peut faire quelque chose. Mais...
Le vrai roi. Là.
A few days ago, my home was turned into a death trap behind my back. I was
Il y a que
framed
quelques jours.
and then forced to go through a rigged
Tout
trial.
ça.
Guilty on all counts.
A few days ago, every single person in the world wanted me dead. But today, you all know the truth about who really killed our leaders and our friends. Today, we
Tous les
walk
pseudos.
ahead, we storm the volcano, and we get justice!
Pour Linguini.
Thank you, Saps. Alright,
Et là,
everyone,
Oppenheimer,
listen up.
bam.
Oh purée, oui.
There's a lot of things to watch out for. There's gonna be lava, boiling water, dripstone traps, their entire army. They have the height advantage and netherite armor, but we have numbers. So let's stick together and let's win this thing! Come on!
J'ai pas vu, il y a des leaders aussi de loterie là avec lui.
Il y avait quoi?
Non, non, j'ai rien dit, j'ai rien dit.
Ah, ok,
J'ai rien dit.
yes.
There's so many people.
You make me all blind with your civil rights. You demand that I eternize your name. Walk ahead.
Oh my god. I think there might be a problem. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Ça devait tellement ramer.
I take the blame. Living by the rules
J'avoue.
to which
Tout ce à quoi
I
je pense.
scribble rules.
Mais comment ils vont faire pour se différencier? C'est ça, moi, j'aurais trop peur de tuer quelqu'un. Tuer quelqu'un, c'est un de tes potes. Ouais, peut-être les boucliers, mais... Dans les cinématiques à la Arcane, là. C'est pas trop ça?
Ouais,
C'est pas trop Arcane comme ça?
Le rythme avec la musique, ouais, c'est carrément ça.
T'as bien aimé toi Arcane d'ailleurs?
La saison 1, ouais, saison 2.
They're pouring water on the lava, but the water still burns.
J'adore. Moi je fais pas de différence entre saison 1 et saison 2.
Okay, send out the covenant now, right now.
C'est une œuvre, tu vois. Ouais, totalement aimé, moi je trouve super la saison 2. Certains trucs qui sont un peu à rallonge, mais...
Right now, Covenant is attacking from behind.
Facile. Oh, ça se fait tellement ramé.
Ils sont dans Fortnite pour faire des bulles drôles.
Combien? Ils ont pas chômé sur la lave. Hein.
Ah non.
It's just chaos on the ground as well. It's the Covenant.
Get down off our mountain.
They got it, they got it.
Everyone retreat! Retreat! Retreat!
Quand t'es défenseur, t'as un stress de ouf quand même.
Ouais. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait là, la musique?
Ça fait vraiment l'antre du vilain.
Château de Bowser.
C'est ça. Ah, ça va se slay. Ouais. Il se suicide. Elle est lâche.
Bah ouais, hein.
Ah. Ouais.
Voilà.
Hein, les comme ça au pouvoir. Ce serait beau que ça soit Zapparata là.
Qui lui mettent le dernier coup.
Exactement.
On est va mourir là. C'est pas marqué qu'il était mort.
Rouler dessus par contre. Comme dit la règle d'or, un personnage dont on ne voit pas la mort n'est pas vraiment mort.
Ça fait réfléchir.
Ok, Terminator. Oppenheimer déclenche la dernière phase du plan.
Of course he has a tunnel. Of course.
Where was he? I saw him! I saw him! We're gonna kill him! Run away!
Il est chaud, hein. Pour s'en sortir vivant de ça, il est très chaud.
He's missing?
J'avoue.
Hold on.
Je pense que dans la vraie game, ça s'est pas passé.
Moi j'ai envie de croire que si. J'ai envie de croire que c'est juste un mec trop chaud
Oh, come on. Alright guys, let's go, let's go.
Ok, bien vu.
No way.
Le last.
On se demande qui va gagner, tiens.
Wow.
C'est un pantalon cuir.
Can't say no to a friend, can I?
Oh non.
Let's
Ah,
make
c'est
this
très
a fair
grave.
fight.
Encore un vieil ami.
Un vieil ami.
What?
Ah mon salaud.
Look at all these people dying right now because of you.
You know, Saps,
Voici Dieudonné.
you're supposed to.
You know, Saps.
Everything you need to go through.
C'est trop bien passé.
Faut bien nudge, hop. Ouais, il s'est mêlé quand même. Oh, les plans de ouf.
C'est chauffé au montage.
Il a tué ça. Oh, c'est ce que j'utilise tout le temps. Parce que je peux me battre. Faut aller sur le dos.
Dans le numéro 1 du PvP, c'est il faut jamais reculer. Il faut toujours avancer vers la personne.
Ils sont morts à deux.
S'ils sont morts ensemble, franchement, c'est. Bah non, voilà.
Pourquoi il y a personne qui
Ils étaient 400 pour attaquer une montagne, là ils sont tous.
C'est toujours en train de se battre.
Saps
La guerre, elle est
had
finie.
killed once. And with that, Flux's reign of terror was over.
Ils l'ont pas tué lui?
Non, ça doit être le messager.
C'était un peu son bras droit, je crois.
Ouais, mais un bras sans tête, ça reste qu'un bras.
Ouais.
Ouais, y en a qui ont pris plus cher que ça quand même.
Today,
Ouais, enfin, c'est normal.
we gather
Logique.
to honor the lives lost in the Battle of Infernus. Since then, I think we haven't felt the same. I know I certainly don't.
The Island 2 West Helm Alliance had defeated the Infernus forces.
Il devient quoi la révolution?
Winning had come at a high cost.
Avec le moustache.
Oh lui, on l'a plus jamais revu.
After the war, people across the world took time to mourn their dead, reflect upon the battle, and then, eventually, decide how to move on. Now that Infernus, the Covenant, and the Commonwealth were off the map, there were talks of creating a new world government. But ultimately, it never really materialized.
Oh non, ils ont fait les
All the
États-Unis.
remaining nations just agreed to do their own thing and have peace.
In the corner of the
Allez, on allume les briquets, on allume les briquets.
Island 1 had taken the brunt of the war. Crops trampled, the big trees scorched,
Charlie
the
est mort.
volcano ravaged.
Pray for us.
As a result, people across Island 1 struggled after the war. Some of them joined cults, while others moved to Island 2 in search of a better life. Elysium was fine though. Instead of going to war on day 10, the Nation of Peace had decided to hold a
Il a
peace
pas
festival.
tort, il a pas tort. Il a pas tort. C'est qu'il a pas tort.
And on their shore was something new. A bridge stemming all the way from Luminar.
A big world between Mexico.
Big great wall between Island 1 and Island 2. Yeah, yeah. Fake news.
And so everybody lived on in peace, including Saps, who at long
Il y a mieux que le
last
film Minecraft.
returns to
Ah
Island
ouais.
2.
Ils devraient tellement faire un film comme ça.
Those brings
Bon,
back
peut-être pas aussi
memories.
cucu à la fin, mais...
Still,
Peut-être ce genre
the
de musique.
world wasn't totally conflict-free. The Cask Coalition Bakery was yet to be exposed for causing the death of Wood Daddy. And Knight Arcturus was still in hiding, yet to be found by Westhelm.
Il est là, lui, avec
Le
It's a
bout
big
sanitaire.
world, so it's not a surprise that many stories like these may just never end. But
Oh là
I think
là.
there's some beauty in that.
Do we all so slowly lose control?
Ah, ça va faire chialer.
Yeah, we still have some work to do. We will catch that traitor.
Ah, puis il a pas été
But
tué.
tonight you can rest. You've made your emperor very proud.
Jody, you have heard all of the evidence.
Oh, j'allais dire, la base elle est énorme, et c'est les mecs avec le fromage.
Of aiding Fluxion with his reign of terror. Jump now. Tomas, may you find mercy in the end, senor.
When we first met, I ran away
La
screaming from you
guillotine.
because I thought you were gonna blow up my nation and kill all my citizens. But after we talked a little bit for like 5 minutes, I realized you could blow up my nation and kill all my citizens. But that doesn't mean you will.
Barbie, do you take Oppenheimer to be your one and only Ken?
I do.
Oppenheimer, same thing.
I do.
Now, at this time, Barbie and Oppenheimer have requested that instead of rings, they will both exchange something slightly different. If you would please turn your attention to the nuclear bomb that's behind us. 3, 2,
vie simple.
Même il pleure la mort de son ami. C'est d'une tristesse.
Dans son super temple. Rich and Poor.
Alors au final c'était pas Rich and Poor, c'était Corey.
Ouais. Bah écoute, c'était bien sympa. Bah j'ai bien aimé.
Chialé. Est-ce qu'il y a un easter egg ou pas?
On est dans les Marvel ou quoi? T'entends essayer de peu générique?
C'est pas d'easter egg, je suis abattu. Je suis abattu.
Non mais c'était super sympa. Voilà.
Ah, et voilà, bah voilà.
Ah, ça m'a fatigué quand même, je te veux.
Bah 19h11, on a passé 3 heures là-dessus. Bon.
C'est pas mal.
C'est
pas mal du tout.
pas mal.
Non, franchement, grave, c'est bon. Putain, je le mec tué là-dedans, purée.
Ah, il a dû se tuer.
Les ralentis, la mise en scène et tout.
C'est très très
Mais
grave,
sympa.
ce qu'il a fait.
Je suis très jaloux de ça. Moi, j'aurais bien aimé avoir autant de personnes sur mon monde créatif. Avec les nations et tout. C'est, voilà. Un goal, peut-être, un jour.
One day, brother.
Mais non, franchement, c'était top.
Bah écoute, c'était super. Hein. Je suis KO aussi.
Parle, c'est ton live.
Et y'a rien à dire,
Ouais.
frère. Moi, je vais partir, je vais aller manger, j'ai faim. Enfin, non, je vais pas aller manger parce que. Pas tout de suite.
Je suis totalement de ton avis là. Je pense que j'allais partir rapidement.
Ouais.
On s'en va ce soir sur Minecraft.
Ah non, je peux pas. Mais faut qu'on trouve un truc similaire. Mais après, je pense pas que ça existe. Enfin, j'en sais rien.
Vas-y, bah on fait un jeu de rôle. Mais plus tard. Je t'avoue, j'aurais peut-être un peu la flemme.
Ah ouais, bah.
Je dois voir
de quoi tu parles. Tu dois voir quoi?
Des films.
Quel mytho.
Non, c'est vrai. J'enchaîne, j'essaie de faire un film par jour comme je suis au chômage.
Ah ouais, c'est quoi que t'as vu récemment?
Hier, j'ai vu Alien Romulus, parce que je l'avais pas vu.
Ok.
Ça va sans plus. Et il y a 2 jours, j'ai vu, on en avait parlé, Long Legs. Parce que du coup, je l'avais pas vu, tu m'as dit que tu l'avais vu.
Ouais.
Du coup, j'ai regardé, et j'étais très déçu.
Pourquoi?
Très déçu. Parce que je l'ai pas trouvé, j'ai pas trouvé qu'il crée énormément de surprises. Le début, ça te met vachement dedans. Je sais pas. Ça m'a pas l'effet escompté. Ça prend pas en haleine comme au début. J'ai trouvé super beau en fait au niveau des plans, de la mise en scène, tout ça. Je trouvais ça super sympa. Mais au niveau du méchant, de l'histoire en tant que telle, en fait, je sais pas.
Oui, bah oui, ça casse pas trop.
Très effrayant. Même si chacun attend différemment ce que provoque un film d'horreur, moi j'attendais à ce que ça me prenne en haleine, tu vois, vraiment que je sois sous stress un petit peu et pas des trucs un peu sataniques. Donc, je pense que voilà. Et ça m'a pas tellement surpris, en fait, je trouvais ça assez classique. Voilà, c'est pas un mauvais film, hein, il est sympa, hein, mais juste je l'ai trouvé super, pas trop surpris.
Il est oubliable.
Ouais, dans le sens où je pense que j'ai déjà vu donc tu vois, il n'y a pas eu de surprise. Là où Hérédité, je sais pas si tu l'as vu,
Non, je
mais Hérédité, il crée la surprise. Moi, il m'a surpris, j'ai trouvé incroyable et je trouve ça. J'en ai pas vu tant que ça. J'ai vu.
Bah, il faudrait que je regarde, mais je sais pas quand.
Ouais, voilà, c'est ce qu'il te reste à faire ce soir. Voilà. Si tu joues pas, tu regardes.
C'est mort.
Bah, t'as quoi à faire? Les words sont finis, t'as pas de travail, t'es à la maison, qu'est-ce que tu veux?
Voici Dieu donné.
Je déteste à bas souhait. Non, j'avais posé là, je vais lâcher mon ordi, je crois.
J'allais dire, j'ai lâché une.
Quand même pas.
Écoute, au plaisir.
Non, bah écoute.
Non, mais oui, t'as raison.
On se retrouve. Bah, je sais pas quand. Hein.
Ouais, bah la semaine pro. Inch'Allah.
Inch'Allah. Donc bon.
Mais enfin oui, quand tu veux, quand tu peux.
Ouais, avec plaisir.
Machallah.
Ouais, je vais couper, le Struham. Au revoir le Struham.
Salut tout le monde, 4 personnes. Banger, quoi. Banger.
Allez,